Wow, hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the podcast Anything Else, where we talk about the latest and greatest topics of yesterday, today, and the 80s.
I wish it could be last week tonight, but I feel like when he does this, he must do these pretty delayed. Because sometimes I'm looking at it and it's like, did you know that Dr. Disrespect is on Rumble now? It's like, yeah. When did you put this thing together? This was 100 years ago. Fuck, no one added fishies to Kick Chat yet?
Yeah, it's there.
Is it?
I added it this morning.
Hold on. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Where? How come I don't see it? Oh, it is there. Look. Decent enough? Good. You guys are part. You got it now. Basically, no reason not to go to Kick at this point.
Wow.
Man, there's so much stuff to discuss. Where do you want to start? We were just talking gun stuff, but we can really...
Yeah, you said you ordered a rifle.
I did. I ordered a... I guess I can pull it up on stream. Oh. See, this is...
I'm sorry, I'll get you a multi-layer desk.
I
So
do
you're gonna
need
have
a
your
multi-layer.
laptop plus the
That
things
would-
plus six
that would be-
six consoles and yeah.
I mean, is it too much to have also like a different height? This should be a little bit higher, I think. This is the ultimate gun if you don't want to deal with the tax stamp. I don't like it's just fucking sick.
X95.
The site is too slow. I need something faster. Images.
Oh my God, look at that guy.
So this is like the minimum overall length. Like when you compare this to like an AK or an AR, you're saving like 10 inches. And it's
Damn.
just still, because it still has a 16-inch barrel on there. But it's, let me see if we can get a picture of a dude holding this with a,
Oh, there's a guy. I see him holding it.
look at him. Look at
Wow.
him holding that gun.
Okay.
And that's it's almost like SMG, right? Territory, but it's shooting 5.56. Supposed to be very reliable. I like the compact form. I have that exact same sight. That's an EOTech. And then I also have a flippy uppy downy. I guess not a 8X. Maybe it's a 4X or something. I don't fucking know. I played too much Rust. I just assumed it was a 16X. But I have the flip down, if you want to, magnifier on the EOTech, which is really cool because then you have the EOTech for close quarters, which of course I am in all the time.
For sure. Yeah, that's really important.
But if I'm trying to take shots at 100 meters or beyond, I can just flip it up there and, we're good to go, which is, very critical for me, obviously.
Personally, I prefer just have a sling for the rifle so you can drop it and then go for the pistol at close quarters. But, if you want to be able to swap with
The
your
problem,
rifle,
the problem
it's
with
good,
the pistol is that, a lot of the targets that we're dealing with, because of the level that we're on, they're typically going to be wearing level 3 or level 4 body armor.
True.
And they also go through a lot of training to be able to deal with, the blunt force trauma, and they can
For
keep
sure.
going. So you really need to have something that's able to hopefully go through everything except for a plate. Like, we're not going to be out there with 308, but we can deal with 5.56 stuff, you know what I mean? We're still trained not to go for headshots. We're still going for center mass.
True.
Yeah.
Although my pistols, I usually have really hot loads. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's going to have to be really fucking hot
it's
to go
hot.
through a plate.
It's like 150 grain 9mm. It's like my.
I don't think
pistol's
there is a
about to-
9mm out there that will go through. Like, actually, maybe if the bullet is made out of what the fuck is that shit? The not depleted uranium. It starts with a T. I have that fucking
Titanium.
Not titanium. That I have the block of
Tritium.
the shit. It's not tritium.
Tungsten.
Tungsten. That's the one. Maybe if you had a tungsten bullet, maybe with like this hot 9mm plus P as possible, it would go through maybe a 1/2-inch plate. I don't know. That's a lot. I guess it depends if it's like mild steel or not.
The goal is usually like if they're like using really thick armor, what you can do is to accelerate the bullet more. You usually like push your arm forward as you shoot.
Oh, that's
So
smart
you're like,
because that's an extra
boom.
like 5
Because
FPS.
it's like
not
like you know how
FPS.
strong like a pitch can be.
No, it is
Boom, and then you
FPS,
shoot
yes.
as you're
5
going for it.
FPS.
At least.
That's more. That's
Yes.
like 20.
So it's like imagine if you want to like punch somebody at the same time that you're shooting them, you punch and shoot at the same time, and it'll
Like in Glorious Bastards, where they have the punch gun. Remember?
yeah,
Exactly like that.
exactly like that.
I'm just worried that when it might reduce accuracy a little bit, but these are
But
kind
it's
of
for close range anyway.
yeah, these are like very high level stats
For sure.
and strats. Both of those things. So
You said you
anyways,
tried to sell your Tesla.
I did. Okay,
Tried to.
I got a story for you guys today, and hold on. I want to make sure I pull this up so that I can name and shame this fucking dealership.
Oh my God. Wait, are we doing that? We're naming and shaming dealerships now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm here for it.
Hold on. Oh yeah, absolutely. It was one of these fucking. Okay, hold on. I'll find it. Okay, who are we calling out today? It is. Where's the name of this goddamn thing? I think this is it. Yes, the Miami Lakes Auto Mall. Hablamos español. That's how you know it's premium. They have Chevrolet. They have Chrysler. They
To
have
be fair,
Dodge.
I feel like in Miami, probably every car dealership is going to have Spanish speaking.
Yeah, but it's
people,
right on the logo, just so you know. Not that that's bad. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Anyways, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Kia, Mitsubishi. I didn't even know Mitsubishi was still around. Talk about a brand that is not going to make it very much longer. Can you name a brand that's worse off than Mitsubishi?
Range Rover.
What? Range Rover is fucking killing it.
Okay, I have no idea.
I think Mitsubishi may be the worst brand that's out there, besides Tesla, of course, and Dodge Ram. Or just Ram. I don't know. Is Ram its own thing now? It's not Dodge Ram? I see the horns. But anyways, yeah, Miami Lakes Auto Mall. So today, I made a decision. I guess over the last few days, I unfortunately have a 2022 Tesla Model 3, and I'm disappointed that I have this vehicle because Elon Musk is a cunt, and also it's just not good. And I was doing some research and I was looking at the options. I was looking at the Lucid Air, the Rivian. I was looking at the EV6. I was looking at the Ioniq and the Audi, and I realized that all of these are phenomenally better.
Do you want to replace it with another electric car?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait,
I would like to get
curious, why?
I would like to get a plug-in hybrid personally.
Okay.
Like to me, I would like to get the Prius Prime, but my wife is dead set against any. Like she fucking hates the idea of having a car with any gas in it whatsoever. It's just not an option.
Is she like super green, or she just likes electric cars for
I
some
think
reason?
she
or-
hates the smell of gasoline, and she hates the maintenance of it. And even though I'm like, babe, the Prius Prime has. I think it has like 30 miles of range. That's enough for you to get to work and back every day. She's
30
like,
miles?
yeah, it's a plug-in hybrid, so it means it runs normal, full electric, 30 miles every day. So if you only commute 30 miles or less every day, it's perfect.
Okay.
But if you need to go farther, it just runs on gas.
Okay.
So it's kind of the best of all worlds. And I was thinking, oh, fuck it, we should get this instead. But no. Anyway, so I went and I looked at all these vehicles, and my determination is as follows. Lucid Air and the Rivian are sick. Okay.
That's like, is that like an SUV? That's like a big boy, or no?
Yeah, Rivian's a big boy, and the Lucid Air is like kind of what the Model S wants to be, like ultra luxurious, ultra insanely fast, all amazing.
It's called the Rivarian.
What? The Rivian? No.
What is it?
Rivian.
Rivian. Okay.
Yeah, and they have. Anyways, so the Lucid Air is sick, and what surprised me the most is that the Kia and the Hyundai are fucking so much nicer than the Tesla on the inside. Like I've been looking online at them.
This is the same Tesla that you've driven me and Melina around, and I think you
Yeah.
Mr. Moon, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That was one of the things I commented on when I got in it, and maybe. Well, fuck. I was gonna say maybe it's because they were a new company, but that's not true. Tesla been around for a while. The interiors for the Teslas were very, 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 very cheap. Like it felt like a 2008 American compact interior. I felt like it was in my Dodge Neon. It was crazy cheap, but maybe they've gotten better. I'm not sure.
No,
Okay.
it hasn't. And I have a 2022. I know there's been a refresh. So let me pull this up. Okay. So this is what I settled on. I thought this was not bad. Even though it's a Kia and I have like a lot of stuff about it, I'm like looking at it, it's like, it's actually kind of fine. It's actually, so this vehicle, let's get to the inside here, please. Where the fuck are the rest of the photos at? That's not them. What, are they just not showing interior photos here? Is there a slideshow? Interior photos, that button. Okay, so the interior of this, I can't stress to you how much it is nicer than the Tesla Model 3. First off, you have buttons for shit. That's a big thing. Not having buttons, it gets fucking annoying.
I'm pretty sure every single time I've gotten into, because whenever you order like Uber Black, or if the normal Uber's unavailable, I think it automatically gets like an Uber Black. I always have to refigure out like, okay, I push the thing to make the handle. It's like it's it's annoying as fuck. Yeah.
Yep. So you have buttons for stuff. You have CarPlay, which is nice. I don't know why Tesla insists on not having CarPlay. I don't want your garbage interface.
It doesn't have, is CarPlay for, is that the Android or the?
Android Auto or CarPlay.
Okay.
It's this for either one.
Okay,
Do you have
okay.
that on your Ford Focus? I bet you they make probably an upgrade.
They
that you
probably
can.
do, but I just don't have it. But I know what you mean. Yeah, it's nice for the cars that have
It is nice because it's like a native iPhone interface directly like All your messages are there.
Yeah,
all
it's
your
just
apps are
integrated
there.
obviously super well. Yeah.
So the seats, way nicer, ventilated. Drives, way nicer. Like every part of this car was better than the Model 3, which was shocking to me.
Yeah.
So I settled on this one. I was actually kind of torn between this and the Ioniq because I have this view in my mind of like Kia and Hyundai being kind of
Cheapo brands. Yeah.
exactly. But it's kind of surprising when you have it. I've had the Model S, the P100D, and I had a Model 3, the one I have now. This is like superior. It's actually superior. You know, there isn't even ventilated seats on the Model 3.
I don't even know what that means, but okay.
It means air comes out of the seat. Like, nice if it's hot outside.
Like heated seats or cooled seats, or just air going through the seat?
Yeah, like heated or cool seats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyways, so I found one from Miami Lakes Auto Mall. And decent value. I went there. Well, first I didn't go there. First thing.
Wait, for this car? You found one?
Yes, I found an EV6.
What is the...
You could probably still see it on the thing,
was it
actually.
brand new?
No.
Okay. What's the MSRP and what were they selling this for? I'm just curious.
Okay, we're going to pull it up right here. Auto Trader. Let's see. Near me. Yes, that's what I want to see. Distance. Am I fucking... Okay, closest. Yes, click. Not now. Did these fuckers remove it? Hey, hold on.
Ooh. You got stream sniped. Somebody bought your car out from
Hold
underneath.
on, no, that it can't be. No, here it is.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Wait, is this
29K?
it? I think this has to be it.
With wind technology. Whoo!
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if this is it. Hold on. No, this is it right here.
Wait, real quick. If you buy an electric car, how much does it usually cost to buy whatever you need to like plug this in and charge it?
You don't actually have to do anything. You need a 240 volt, like a dryer thing, 240 volt, and then you need to have two.
But do people
20
really
amp.
like? Do they run this cord like into their like just they leave their door open and run into their washing
So
room,
you
or?
can get like you can get this.
Because I feel like you'd want to have something built in your garage or something for
So
this.
I have one of these, but this is kind of a scam, a little bit, right? So if you see this outlet right here, this is basically, I think it's a dryer outlet or something, or like an upgraded. You can get a level of power from it, and then you tell this charger how much power is available to you. Like how many, in your circuit breaker, you have 120 and 240, or 110 and 220. I can never remember which one it is. Anyways,
2240, yeah.
and then you run, you know how you have the breakers that are two, like combined.
Yeah.
You get two of those and you combine them into one circuit and then you send it out to this thing. And that's enough that you leave your car overnight and in the morning it's charged. You don't need all of this. You don't need any of this. You just need this and a plug. This whole thing right here is pointless. So I got a little bit scammed.
What
buying
is that?
this.
What does that thing even do?
I think what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to like sense that you have a good contact and all this jazz, and then it'll energize. I'm actually not sure what it does because you can just operate it without any of this. Just a dumb like fucking plugging it in with nothing else, as far as I know. So, and a lot of Tesla owners don't buy this. But I was so early buying Tesla, I was like, well, you got to get the charger. I didn't know.
I guess what I'm curious about is like I'm just thinking like realistically, do you have to leave a door open to charge your car?
Well, no, this is outside. I have this exposed to the elements.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you don't have one of these, if you're running the cable to your washing room, do you have to like leave the
Oh.
door open to run the cable through your house? Does that?
Well, I mean, I would say normally you would have an electrician run a new line. That's what I did. I had an electrician.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And then you
but
just wire. Okay.
I think it would be kind of like you're talking about having like an extension cord going through your house. That would be a little ghetto.
Yeah,
You
that's
could-
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
But yes, you could do that. You could literally go to your dryer, unplug it, plug this in, and then run a cord to your Tesla if you wanted to,
Okay.
or your electric car. So, fuck, where were we?
So you were talking about you were going to get this car.
Yes.
The other one.
I wasn't
I started asking you about charging this,
Well, anyways,
and then you're go.
so yeah, this was the car right here. This was the exact car.
Yes. Okay.
First thing you do when you want a vehicle online, in my mind, is that you have to figure out how much your piece of shit is worth. And usually the best way to do that is just to go get a CarMax offer and then you can print it out and you can bring it with you. But so I did that, and they said that my piece of shit Tesla Model 3 was worth like $23K or something. So what I do is I call these people.
What'd you buy it for?
It's hard to, I don't remember because I traded in my Model S and it was at the height of COVID and I kind of didn't pay anything. I traded in a 2016 or 2017.
And it was like a higher model, and you traded for a lower model, but it was older, so it kind of was a
older
wash.
to the brand new because I didn't care about the speed. My wife used it, not me.
Okay.
So
Oh, was that older Model S is what you drove us around in then?
Was
I
it?
remember. Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
The,
go ahead.
the new Model 3 is not much better. Anyways, so first thing I did is I got a value of what my current car, which was 23K. So I print that out. This is how much it's worth. I call these guys and I say, hey, listen, I'm interested in this vehicle. Is it available? They say, yes, it's available. Okay, so listen, I got shit going on. I don't want to fucking drive out to Miami Lakes only for you guys to fuck around. Okay. What's the out the door price of this thing? What are the fees you have? And they say, no worries. Okay. We will honor your CarMax price. And we have $1,000 dealership fee. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Sounds fair enough. That sounds, I mean, I'm not trying to haggle on the price. I'm just going to go there and buy it for this. Like, that's my mind,
Worst
right?
type of customer, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm the worst. I'm just like, let me just get it for this price. So I show up.
Because usually, just for people that don't know, dealerships tend to make a lot of their money on selling like the bullshit extra insurance packages or any like add-ons or whatever bullshit to the car. These are their super high margin items. So when someone comes, or if they can sell financing, I think they like that too. But if you just want to come in and buy cash, it's nice, I guess, in that a salesman can knock down an easy commission. But if it's a hot market at the moment, you're kind of like not the best type of customer. But yeah, okay,
True.
good.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, my fucking swastika car is worth 23K. All right. I know that this car is 26.2. I know that they're going to add on another $1,000, so that's 27.2. Tax, title, whatever, throw in another
Yeah,
$1,000.
$5,000-$6,000. You're out the door, ready to go.
$5,000, give or take, out the door to do this swap. I show up there, and first off, it takes an hour before I can even see the car without anyone saying it's just a fucking. And I think they do this shit like trying to get you annoyed.
To walk around or look at other shit, or
No, not even to walk around and look at other shit. I think they do it just to like get you in more of a buying mode or something like that. It's very hard to explain. Like,
Okay.
I think
was it busy?
no,
Okay.
it wasn't. I think they unironically do this because people who are annoyed, like buy or something because they want to get out of there. It's like prison. Like when you get arrested, okay, you're not really thinking about like, oh, I should get my lawyer. You're like, I need to get out of here instantly. Let me talk to the police type of thing. And they make that experience kind of that miserable. At least at Miami Lakes Auto Mall, I felt that was a miserable experience. But anyways, so I go there. After waiting for an hour, they finally get the car out. I thought I was waiting so long. I thought they were going to do the ultimate scam. You know what that is, right? Sorry, this car is not here. Do you want to see this one instead? I was going to lose my fucking shit if that was the case. They had the car there, but they wanted an extra $4,000 on top of this. It was like the original. So they weren't offering, they were reneging on offering the price that they said of the CarMax, and they did like $3,000 reconditioning fee and like VIN etching fee. And I was like, the fuck is this? You didn't say any of this on the phone. And they're like, yeah. Well, I was like, okay, well, I crossed that out. I crossed out all that shit. And I was like, listen, I should be about 5K out the door, give or take, everything included. Go back, get me that. That's what we agreed on. That's why I called when I came down here. It's like, sorry, I can't do it. Best we can do is 8K. I'm like, are you guys fucking serious? So I look it up. Like, this shit apparently is not super common, but this is actually like even against Auto Trader's terms of service. Like on the site, it says you have to list all fees to be on this site. You have to list all fees that there is. And it's just fucking, I'm more annoyed just because I wouldn't have spent like 3 hours of my day fucking going out there, waiting, doing this shit for them to fuck around. Just tell me the fucking price. I think at this point, it's just like, God, dealing with car dealerships just fucking sucks. It just sucks. So I don't know. I'll probably just go the CarMax route. It's only like an extra $1,000 or something from the thing that I saw. But
did you report them?
I did. I reported them
Damn.
to Auto Trader, and then I also reported them to the Florida Attorney General, who you report the car company. Fuck it. I mean, no one. The problem is that for every Nancy, Karen, not Nancy. For every Karen like me, there's 100 would-be Karens who give up when they get to the guy digging for gold. And he stops and he turns around right before he's about to hit the gems. Mm-hmm. That's like everyone, but not me. I will do it. And I'll follow up. I'll fucking go back a few times and get a few other instances of them doing it. Because they got like 6 divisions in there. As I said, it's like Hyundai, Kia, I don't fucking know. There's like 15
Did
different.
you get
car
a like
companies
an email off or anything from them, or was this all just like on the phone?
there. No, I mean I went there.
Oh, no, but I mean like before you went, expecting what you were going to pay and all that.
No, I talked to them on the phone, but I do have
You said they were doing less than the CarMax as well, but they
Yeah.
wanted to, oh.
So even though they said they were going to offer CarMax, when I went there, I would look at it and it's like, oh, we're going to give you 21.5 on your car. I was like, the fuck is this? It was just such an unbelievable,
Experience.
just disgusting, and make like the whole thing is just such a rotten experience dealing with the Miami Lakes Auto Mall. Fuck them.
Wow.
Anyways, that's it. So I'll just go do this tomorrow with CarMax and buy something there. I hear it's like less bullshit. This is what I get for
Wait,
trying
to buy something where?
at CarMax. Apparently they don't fuck around. It's just
What,
like
is there like a CarMax store?
yeah, there's CarMax stores, and apparently you go there and it's like McDonald's. Like there's a flat fee. That's it. They don't fuck around. You just come and go. They don't give a shit. They're not even nice to you. In fact, you show up, they kick you in the nuts, and then they take your money and you leave, and that's it. But there's like it's $500, and the price is the price, and there's no haggling either way, which is kind of nice, I guess, to a certain extent. But this shit is fucking scandalous. It's just annoying. You fucking made me. You know how annoying it is to leave the beach. How many times have you left Miami Beach? It just sucks.
Oh, I hate that. Every time somebody's like, "Oh, we should go eat," I'm like,
No.
What's the address on this?" And it's
Yeah,
like, it's in Miami.
No.
So whatever it is plus 20 minutes, and then you can't do any time during the weekdays because it'll be like an extra 40 minutes
Yeah.
of traffic bullshit. Also, I don't know if they do this just because they see me coming across the bridge, but every time I go into Miami, there's always some bullshit ass construction on one or two of the bridges coming back to Miami Beach,
yeah.
and there's just like this random. And I'm like, get out of here. We need boats, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know if that'd be. I don't know if that'd be
Imagine
faster.
if we had jet skis, because there's like what do you call it?
don't
There's like
think-
a river or something that cuts through a lot of Miami, and if we had jet skis, we just go like woo, like right into Miami that way.
I feel like we're gonna need something to take us off the jet ski to the final destination point.
We just jumped. We go to a dock and
then what?
then rope it up and then walk off.
We're
do
gonna
you
walk
mean?
walk to the Kia dealership from the river.
Oh, you can Uber or something there. I don't know. Well, we just follow the waterways to the closest
listen,
dealership.
We just need like a really strong drone. Like
carry us?
Like a military drone.
like a jetpack.
not a jetpack. I'm talking like the drones that are like dropping like I don't know 200-pound bombs on people, like the fucking huge ass like quadcopters.
I have a feeling the FAA or the military probably wouldn't be okay with us.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Flying
we should
around Predator drones. Like, this
Not-
is just for us.
No, not a Predator drone. I'm talking like the ones that have 4 propellers, right? Like the.
I have seen they make these huge vehicles where you have this. It's like but it's just one massive propeller that spins, and you can have like multiple people inside. It has like a whole cabin.
Okay. That's not what I'm talking. I'm just talking about like a massive one with 4 things. And I
Oh.
imagine just
I was
grabbing
talking
on,
about a helicopter. but-
grabbing on, like yeah, but there's no place for you. You have to grab on, and then it. And you're on the drone, and it's gonna drop you like a grenade right in front of the Miami Lakes Kia.
right
Jeep.
into Tomato Town.
Yes.
We're dropping in.
Okay. Is that enough shit talking this fucking horrible fuck company?
Yeah, there were like 400 customers that were about to.
Good.
Go
if
there?
you're
No,
about
they're
to
not.
go there, don't go there. And in fact, report them for making me sad. Okay? And that's what I'd like. Anyways, we got okay. So anyways, the bottom line, I'm happy to be done with the Swastika car. I'm glad to be done with it because I've actually experienced firsthand. I don't know if there's a worse interior car than the Tesla for all electric cars at this point. Maybe like the ID, Volkswagen ID, or maybe like one of the Chevy ones would be worse. But aside from that, seeing this, it was like fucking. This is like an S-Class interior, unironically. It's crazy.
Well,
like
not.
this is
You
nicer.
mean like an S class, like a good, not like a Tesla Model S.
No, I think Mercedes S-Class.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I used to have an S-Class. I had a 2014. This is nicer than a 2014 S-Class, and that was like a $160,000 car.
Wow.
And that's not that long ago, 10 years ago. So, anyways, that's enough car talk for now. This is Click and Clack, Tappert Brothers. All right. Okay. Bro is still going on about this. Hey, if you don't like it, you can go back to your child porn that you
I
were
think-
watching beforehand.
Based. I don't know if
Roadies.
Biden did this or if it was before or something, but we need to do a thing again to where we make federal laws against like extra bullshit fees. I
Yeah.
don't remember if it was Bush or Biden or maybe even Trump.
I think it was Trump that did it. The
For
fee is the
airlines?
fee. No, it was for hospitals.
Oh, okay. Somebody did it for airlines, I think, at one point, to
Oh.
where you can't stack a bunch of extra fees on. But it's just really, it just feels dirty and tricky and stupid. And it's like, just like show me the price, and we could just like go from there. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It was Biden won? Yeah, okay.
Wait, I
Okay.
thought Trump did it for hospitals.
I feel like that is impossible because nobody pays anything for hospitals. It's all insurance.
Hold
shit
on.
anyway.
Trump hospital price transparency. Yeah,
2025?
no, that can't be it. This was way back in the day. When was this?
Well, it would have been between 2017 and 2021.
Price fixed? Fuck. What? I want old news.
Dude,
Oh, this
before-
one. Go away. Trump pass block. Okay. Fuck me. Why is the internet like this now? Why is it
Because
like
you guys
this?
ad blocked everything, and now they got to fucking charge you for subscriptions and email lists and everything else. Because you guys
the
couldn't just
worst
look at a
part-
simple Google fucking text ad.
It's
now
not
you fucked us.
The problem is it's not even an ad. I can just close it. It's just like, hey, close. Hey, closed.
You
Hey,
do websites. You know
closed.
the answer to this. You only need like
Yeah.
1 out of 500 people to sign up for, and it's probably worth it.
They need to go back to affiliates, like sketchy affiliate deals. Roll back those affiliate disclaimers. Make it so that influencers can promote products without disclaiming that they're paid by them. That's how we get rid of ads. The most natural way.
True.
Completely biased reviews that you think are unbiased.
True.
Okay. In his first term, okay, I'm gonna find this. Forcing hospitals. That's the word. You're fucking with me. How is this possible? Donald Trump's first administration advanced rules force. Am I spelling this wrong? Click. Control F. Of course. Why would this word be on the fucking web? Fuck this website, bro. I fucking hate the internet, man. How, like, 1,000 fucking splash pages, and then the shit ain't even fucking there. Whatever.
Yeah, searching has gotten really bad too.
All right.
True.
Let's get to important stuff.
There's something that I've never talked about publicly, but around the same time, we received 2 human skulls in the mail at our home, which led us to having a very pleasant interview with the FBI.
Hello?
Things have
Okay.
progressed well past the point of that's just what the internet does. Ian.
That's kind of wild. Sending skulls to people's houses are like, what do you think? How far across the bar do you have to be?
I mean, Ethan makes a lot of assumptions in his video, to be fair. It could have been a fan saying, like, I'll kill your enemies. Here's what I'll do to them. Sending skulls. Like, we didn't actually see any of the attached notes or anything. So
That is true. Are you a member of any snark subreddits? These are very good talking points that you have right here.
I'm just saying.
So this was
Wait,
actually
question.
so this was actually one of Ethan's fans that were like, "This is what I'm going to do to your enemies. I'm with you all the way, Ethan."
Do you think that like anti-fan stuff, I guess they're called snark subreddits now or whatever, but any of these places, do you think this has gotten like more extreme over the past 10 years? Or do you think it's always been this bad? And
No, I don't think it's been this bad. And I'm kind of confused by it a little bit because obviously Reddit has gone out of its way to ban specific stuff. Reddits, right? So fat people hate is the best example. It is gone. It is a subreddit that is, you could call it a snark subreddit for fat people, basically, is what it is. Now, it's a little bit worse in some ways because for the most part, fat people could not be fat, I guess. Like you could say that, right? If they stop eating, they will get thinner eventually, or they'll die, one or the other.
Okay.
But like a snark subreddit for Joe Blow, like nothing he can do will stop that. It's a mutable characteristic that he will always be who he is. Yet the subreddits that are critical of him will survive. So I'm not sure how it is that Reddit's like, you're not allowed to make fun of this characteristic that can be changed, but you
Well,
are.
not to be like, I'm not trying to.
You
I
are
don't wanna
trying.
get
Go
in-
ahead. Go steelman it so hard.
Well, no, I'm not steelmanning. I'm going the opposite way. You're almost trying to steelman it. I would say it's just whatever catches them bad heat publicly. So if you made like you made like a Palestinian snark subreddit, you would probably get insta nuked because it would catch like bad publicity or it'd be reported on poorly, or the political leanings of the people that work at Reddit are probably a certain way. But if you made snark subreddits against people that were more on the right or something, then people would probably be more likely to.
Well, we
be okay
do
with
we
it,
do
right?
know this is the case. So Reddit shut down. I think we'll make another one, but it's going to be a brand new, different. It's not a ban evading subreddit. It's just a new subreddit. Hassan Piker deserves his own snark subreddit. That's a fair thing to do. We will follow the exact same rules that the H3H3 snark subreddits have, down to the letter. Down to the letter. It's going to be a brand new thing. We haven't decided yet, but it's going to be for fair criticism of Hassan. And I think that'll be something that's good. Maybe we'll do it of Twitch in general. I'm not sure yet.
It's not just LSF.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll come up with the details. But yeah, I have noticed certainly that they've banned the past ones. But I think now Ethan Klein has his claws into Reddit so much they might be on a little bit edge too much to go ahead and just ban something that starts up at this point.
Maybe. Also, just as a shout out, this is Dan's idea. I have no affiliation with any.
You mean we talked
Hassan
about this
Snark
literally
subreddit.
beforehand?
I think snark subreddits are weird and cringe, so I would never make one about anybody.
But we were talking at length about how I was going to say this was our idea.
Oh yeah, good one. Just saying for the clips, for people that clip them.
Why even? There's no hope for you. Twitch will never take you back. Never.
It has nothing to do with Twitch and nothing to do with Hope. I think snark subreddits are weird and cringe, and I would never.
You know what it is? You're like, in a certain extent, you're reminding me of Mr. Girl right now when you say that. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Mr. Girl had goals he wanted to accomplish, but he wouldn't take certain tactics to get those goals across. So when he was trying to convince you of something, I'd be like, listen, the best example is like, okay, you think that Nazis are bad. You know, a really good way to make Nazis kind of look stupid is ask them about dinosaurs and if they were around with people. And then they're going to say, yeah, they were around with people. And then guess what? Everyone around them is going to be like, oh, this guy's a fucking moron, right? The problem is he was like, I'm not willing to do that. That's not the right way. People need to understand the reason that Nazis are bad. I don't want to take the cheap trick of going and saying, hey, you know, these guys fucking believe in dinosaurs. What a bunch of morons. He didn't want to do that. Instead, what he wanted to do was take you the long way there, and he wouldn't take that cheap trick. So that's kind of what you're doing, is that it's being used against you. It's being used against a lot of other creators, and you.
Well, I think the first.
And
of all,
it is the status quo.
The issue with Mr. Girl is Mr. Girl was almost like the most hardcore, like deontological-esque approach to online content creation, to where like if he thinks somebody should take him seriously about a thing, then that's it. Like he's the kind of guy who would say, I think this person thinks I'm a pedophile, so I'm literally going to show up in a debate with them with 6 children with bathing suits behind me because it's so ridiculous that they don't even believe that I'm a pedophile, and I'll do that just to prove that I'm not. Like, he would do that type of thing because he's so. I'm not that far along. But there are some things that I just think are cringe. I'm not going to like support them.
It is cringe, but it's also the status quo, right? To have this right now.
It kind of is, yeah. I just don't want and
it will change nothing for you whether you do it.
It'll change my community. I don't want to have I don't mind shitting on people for stuff that's relevant. So like political stuff, there's some personal stuff that'll come up that'll be relevant. Like him calling for a wellness check on his ex is funny given his stance on it, I guess. Or, you know, things like related to the wealth and the crazy expenditures, but saying he's like gets paid a dentist salary. But the obsessive tracking of personal stuff, I think is weird.
Yeah, it sucks. And it happens to, I mean, there's a snark for DGG. I mean, I think there's like 3 of them at this point.
Yeah. A lot of them are like the same guy posting.
Sure.
He's like crazy, but I know what you mean, yeah.
So that exists already.
No, I agree it's a status quo. Like if somebody made it, I don't think I would necessarily judge them, but I wouldn't want my community to get sucked into that world because I just think it's a really gross style of community, and those don't usually last very long. Like they self-destruct. Like even some of the snark communities around me kind of self-destructed after they didn't know much to talk about anymore. Yeah.
Well, I feel like they've been eating good lately.
Who? No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's a joke. Never mind.
Wait, what does that mean? I don't get it.
I don't. You know, you've been through a lot of. The last 3 months have been.
Well, no, but that's what I'm referring to. I'm saying like 3 months ago, a couple like the logistical snarker people, those guys exploded, but then they like self-destructed after like a month and a half, and now they're like constantly infighting and making 50 million splinter discords and having issues finding content, and yeah.
I guess it just the way I look at it is that we're in this system, and there's this idealistic way that the world should work, right? And I think that's a big problem that Democrats almost exist in right now. Is like, this is how things should be. You should follow the rule of law. You should do things this way. You're not allowed to do that way. All these rules, and it's Democrats hobble themselves because the other side doesn't do it. And I feel like what you're saying right now is kind of like, oh, well, I'm gonna be above all of this stuff, and all it does is put you at a disadvantage. I understand, like,
I understand what you're saying, but there's different buckets of action. Like, there are things that feel good to do that everybody sees as good to do.
Sure.
There are things that feel good to do that some people might disagree on, whether or not they're good to do. And then there are things that like don't feel good to do and nobody sees them as good to do. So like something that feels good to do and people see it as good as like, oh, I'm criticizing that guy because of a political belief that he states. Nobody has any problems with this.
Sure.
Right? There's this middle bucket that a lot of them partake in, which is where, I'm sorry. There's a middle bucket where, my firefighter jokes or the Ashley Babbitt jokes, where like it is funny, I like it, and it feels good to do it. Not everybody thinks that it's like that great. Other people have issues with it, so we get into some trouble there. But then there's a third bucket of things where and I don't know if I just missed this like gene for the. Well, I mean, like I guess it can be fun to gossip sometimes, but the people that obsessively gossip. Well, those crazy just to go to KFT or stuff. It's not even like a thing where it's like we got to play even. It just doesn't. It wouldn't even feel good. Like it just like I don't know.
Yeah, but those people are already doing that right now.
That's fine, and they can do it. And
but
if other people do it, I'm not going to judge them for it. But I don't want to be involved in that. Like it's not a thing that would make me feel good. Even it's not a values thing. Well, like if there was a guy out there that was like mass raping, and there was a way for me to like steal like $1,000 from him, I'd be like, bro, you're a rapist. I'm going to steal money from you. But like, if there's a way for me to like rape him, I don't think I would like, well, you rape anyway, because it just wouldn't feel good to rape the person, But like stealing money,
I don't know, like raping rapists, you're not down with that.
I think that at some point there are certain actions that if you enjoy partaking in them, it destroys part of yourself, and it starts to create a really nasty community around those things as well. I think so.
I guess I just feel like there's such a disadvantage. Like Hasan is like such a bad faith actor across the board. Like for months, I didn't really, I brought up his brothel shit, but I didn't really bring up any of the Diddy stuff or anything. But he relentlessly wouldn't stop on this Diddy stuff, and I'm sure we're gonna get to it. What did we talk about last week or no? I don't even know if it was how long ago this shit was. Hasan and the Diddy party stuff.
No, it wasn't last week, but
like it's just the thing is. You lose if you don't play ball. That's it. If you're out there...
I agree, but there are some ways you can lose if you do play ball. Like, it's too much. Like, you've lost.
That is true. You can lose if you play ball, but you're almost guaranteed to lose if you don't play ball.
I think it depends on what the thing we're talking about is. I don't think you lose by not raping rapists.
I mean, yeah, sure. There's definitely points of going too far. It's just it's a sad state of affairs that, like, this stuff happens out there. I would agree with that. It's a sad state,
yeah.
but it is the state that we're in. And you can either come at it like I'm above this, I'm not going to do it, and you get fucked and you get shit on, and none of these people have the pushback, and Hasan will keep growing and growing and getting more and more media attention and being on The Daily Show and being on all this other stuff, and you won't. Right. So
you're outcome oriented, and I'm looking at the virtue of it.
That is true. I am.
Yeah.
I would
if people want to do it. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and judge people for it. I wouldn't want to be involved in it, and I wouldn't want my community to be involved in it, because when you partake in that type of behavior, you create a certain type of community and person. And I just don't want to create that type of community and person.
I guess this is a decent enough question, but where do you stand on the to a certain extent, the ends justify the means? If everyone else is doing the ends.
I don't like the phrase the ends justify the means, but I'm a big like tit for tat person. If other people have set a certain standard of behavior, then I think it's okay to engage in that standard of behavior.
Isn't that what we're talking about, though?
Yeah, but you're missing, again, there's things that I think should always just be bad. Like, or if it feels good doing it, then there's something wrong there. That it shouldn't be okay, right? Like if I found out that somebody was like taking a shit in my food every day and somebody wanted to beat the shit out of them, that'd be fine. But I would never like start taking a shit in their food. It would. Feel,
I guess so taking Hasan as an example here, you have a guy who is basically platforming terrorism, right?
Not basically, he is. Yeah.
Sure.
Platforming and promoting, yes, and supporting and cheering it on, yes.
Don't you think that there should be some appendix that is dedicated to classifying and categorizing and making this data available so that it's not able to spread like wildfire, and he should be
Yeah, but you're
relegated.
talking about something so different now. Like in my mind, the snarker stuff is like a weird obsession with personal life.
Oh,
It's something-
if you're
wanna
talking
go-
about the stuff against Ethan, yeah, I mean, it's certainly
yeah,
weird.
if you want to talk about like that,
the
what you're talking about,
Giardia
like
and
the
shit
political,
like that?
if
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about when I say I don't want to be.
Oh no,
involved
I'm
in
just talking about who gives a like.
Okay, when you talk about snark stuff, it's generally the personal obsession. If you want to talk about like archiving like all of the weird like terrorist, I'm fully on board with that. I hope we on our wiki we do that a lot. Like,
Yeah,
literally,
I think it just needs to be, the wiki, there is a lot of that. I think it needs to be on Reddit. Oh, I think that's a disconnect we have. Like, I don't give a fuck, like, who Hassan is dating or anything
Okay,
along
yeah.
those lines. No, I'm like, to me, the snark thing is like, another day, another Hassan deleted tweet praising North Korea. Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is I don't consider snarking at all.
Oh.
It's stuff related to the political stuff. Yeah, that should be. I would be fine with people posting
No,
about it.
oh yeah, those people. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, we're on the same page then. I
Yeah.
guess I forgot. Yes, some of those people they
The
are.
snarking stuff is literally
You're
like
you're
you
talking
could tell
about, like-
today that Hassan and Valkyrie definitely got in a fight because when Hassan showed up on stream,
Oh, yeah, no,
he
that's
was quieter
retarded.
and Valk was texting, and I bet she's probably cheating on him and blah blah blah. It's like that's like the weird.
Oh, no, that's
the snarker.
that's
shit.
that's
yeah, because the snarker, the
autistic.
H3H3 stuff, they're not like on Ethan's shit where they're like, oh yeah, like Ethan is so dumb when it comes to Israel Palestine and blah blah blah. They're like. His kids are getting sick and dying, and we need to call the CPS, and it's because everyone around him fucking hates him, and he's got mental illness, and all of that.
he probably wouldn't want me to say this, but the best thing about the snark subreddits when it comes to Ethan is that they do that stuff, meaning that they go and they come off so unhinged and insane that most of what they say gets disregarded. Meaning if they were really focused on the fucked up shit that Ethan has done, allegedly, on them, that it would be taken more seriously. But instead they're hyper fixated on like, if you look right here, it's like Trump with MS-13 tattoo on the dude's hand. Like the Christ is the letter M and the cross is the M and all the. It's just like you're a schizophrenic lunatic. What are you talking about here?
Yeah, but I think the issue is that stuff gets picked up then by there's like a whole network to facilitate that stuff becoming more mainstream. So a snarker will say it, and then Denims or Mike from PA or Bad Empanada will pick up on it, and then Hassan will platform it. But there's enough like plausible deniability because of how far removed they are from it that they can say, well, I don't do any of the snarker stuff, but all of their gossip, they basically have like a forum to figure out what is the best type of weird personal gossip that we can go in on, and then whatever cream rises to the top, the other kind of like snarker adjacent smaller streamers, and then eventually the larger content creators will pick up and like make pervasive. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, well, that stuff is wild. I've started at this point, like, I think I made a comment about this, but like, a lot of people are like, oh, Dan, you should sue for this, you should sue for that. I'm not suing Hassan, it's retarded. Mainly because he has money and I have money, and like, even if you win, it's like, so what? He's out 200K. Who gives a fuck? Because that's kind of like mostly what you're talking about, even if it's like actual malice. Like, I may have a case because he flat out said he knew this and that about investment in Tiny Chat and all that jazz, and then later disregarded that and said something out of actual malice. It just doesn't matter. I think it's way better to go after like anonymous troll accounts that can't afford the legal fees, that can't afford to, that want to remain anonymous, that want to go and do all this stuff. Like, I think that would be more impactful than going after large creators that can kind of, they don't give a fuck. They have the money, that type of stuff. But I haven't done any of that stuff to date. I've kind of tried to steer clear of it. All these people are, I would say I guess you would say they're mentally unwell. That's how they would say it, right? About the people that they cover for the most part.
That's what the snarkers would say?
They would say, oh, he's deeply unwell.
Oh, yeah. But they're in another world with all the theorizing and everything.
It is quite Trump conspiracy. So I did a banger tweet on Redact, and I had someone comment, and they said, just so you know, this is an Israeli company that is saving your logs to their servers to blackmail you for Mossad or some wild shit like that. And I was just like, these motherfuckers. And I confronted the dude, and he was like, bro, I was just rage baiting. It's like, you understand, you're just lying.
Is there any like telemetry stuff on Redact? Does it send anything
it's
back?
entirely, it's a fucking local program. It's like a browser. But that doesn't, it doesn't stop. Like, they'll just say whatever, right? But there is consequences, I think, to a certain, when you get to a certain point, if you have enough money, you don't give a shit. It's just a lot of, it's a lot of work to go down the road of doing all that jazz. But sometimes you can get a little bit of
If we had
satisfaction.
like a template.
Yeah.
After my current stuff is resolved, maybe, because this law firm over is pretty good. It'd be cool to be like, do you guys want to like do some other cases? And then if you have like a template for it, be like, This is the cease
Just
and
like
desist,
rapid
this is how
fire.
it goes. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
boom, 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 and we got it. We got the
there's
swing
a
of
lot,
things, you
there-
know.
it is like, it is interesting. Also, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, well, you know, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'll crowdfund such a legal defense. And it's like, listen, a lot of people hate people, and you don't really see that big of a defense for a lot of these people. And lawsuits are very expensive.
Yeah,
And
I think your
if
average
there's-
civil lawsuit to get to like trial, you're looking at like over 50K, pretty easy. And if you start litigating,
To get to trial, not to go through a trial, to get to that point where
yeah,
you're
no,
showing
if
up.
you're actually like gonna have people go to court and like argue and shit, that's like $250,000. Yeah.
Yeah, it's serious. It's serious money. And there's only so much. It's fatigue. There's only some. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for saying this.
Uh-oh.
There's fatigue. Okay. Slava Ukraini and all that type of shit. But I'm fatigued out from donations for 4-wheelers and fucking flashlights or whatever else Anna needs, and I still wish her best. But that's the problem that she's running into. It's hard to fundraise when you have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it. And if there's enough people
Doesn't
constantly
she still fundraise pretty well in my community?
she probably does. But I'm just saying there's fatigue, right?
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, people aren't gonna contribute a ton to all.
Yeah,
of these,
it's you have this cliff, and then it goes downward as a result. And of course, I wish that she keeps raising as much as she can. I'm just saying it's a struggle, and it happens both ways, right? Like right now, I think Ethan is suing Noah or someone like that, and
Noah Samson.
Noah Samson, right? Didn't he say he was suing Noah Samson?
I don't know if he has actually or not for any of these people. Actually, I don't think
he might
has yet,
he might be able to raise money, but then when he sues the next person, is that person gonna be able to raise money? And when he sues the next person, is that current person gonna be able to raise money? And the answer is like, the first person will raise the most, then the second person will raise half as much, and then the third person kind of will raise nothing, and then they're kind of fucked because the excitement and the mojo and all this type of stuff is gone at that point, right? There's a level of, okay, yeah, sorry, that sucks. Good luck.
Yeah.
And people count on this type of shit too much. Just to be clear, I do hope that Anna raises as much money as possible every time that she does this fundraiser. So I'm just saying that that's probably a struggle that she has, is the fatigue of doing it. Okay. Anyways, all of this shit. What is this again? Boy, we've gotten through no items so far. That's
1,000
impressive.
more hours of Hassan/Idubbbz hate watching, so I don't get fired. And you missed an apostrophe. Yikes.
You watched at this point, everyone has watched the Idubbbz takedown. We can just talk about it without watching
The
clips.
Idubbbz takedown of Ethan.
Of Ethan.
Yeah. Yikes. Holy shit. What
It
a
was-
horrible.
I know there's views on it, but that's also given because the audience against Ethan is so much higher than it is for Ethan. Like Ethan,
It is really crazy. He got way more viewership on that than I would have expected.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, like 5x the viewership that I would have expected. That was pretty crazy. What is it up to now? Is it over 5 million?
I think it was. Let's see. I think it was like 6 or 7.
6 million.
what do
Not
you
one more,
think
not one
someone-
less. Just kidding.
Yeah, 6.3, the exact amount of Jews that died in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This
Wait,
whole,
just
what?
a quick tech question
Yeah.
that I'm kind of annoyed by now. Do you know the thumbs up and thumbs down on YouTube?
I do.
You know there's plugins that you can get to see those?
No, that's not entirely true.
It's not.
It's not true.
I read a comment and now I'm really irritated because those are probably totally inaccurate. So
They are.
The way that
it's only the people that installed the extension.
The way that I think they do it is, according to this comment was, if you install the extension of the people that have it,
They
that thumbs
average
up
it
and
out to
down,
assume.
They try to basically extrapolate from that what they think the
Yeah.
thumbs up and that's not accurate at all. Fuck me.
It could have been worse. Okay.
Yeah, but I thought that there was like a API from YouTube that still made it available.
No.
It just wasn't on the it's just
no,
not on
it's
the
very sneaky.
front end. Yeah, so that's kind of cringe.
It's
but-
gonna be like if you have a video with 100 views and then you get 5 people that all have the extension that go and downvote it, like that video is gonna have a 90% downvote rate.
Yeah, and it might even show more than 5.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's cringe. But
But it's based on people that have the extension installed.
yeah.
Yeah.
But those are probably an exceptional type of viewer already,
They're hate watchers.
Well,
like
maybe.
the type
Or they
of
could be
people that
they
want.
could be fans of certain people.
I don't have that installed. I think like if you have the downvote, like how many people downvote it? Like first off, I'm not in this type of person. I don't understand it. I don't like shit. Okay. I don't click like on posts unless I have a very specific reason to do it. Okay, like I want you to know that I liked your post. Right? There's people that unironically click upvote on Reddit. That is wild to me. I don't understand it. There are people that click upvote and downvote on Reddit. I shit you not, they exist.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I understand why people do it now, though, because so much stuff is like algorithmically delivered. But that has to do with like liking reels and YouTube videos so that the right stuff gets recommended to you or whatever. But,
Liking can
but like
be
comments and stuff is
explained.
kind of weird. Yeah.
Upvoting and downvoting is wild, and people do it. People upvote and downvote. That's crazy.
Well,
That's crazy to me. The only time I ever do anything is like, I don't like this, I'm downvoting it. That's it. That's the only time. Like if I really hate something, I'll downvote it. But like, and that's only if it's like just starting and there's not a lot of views on it or something. You'll try to set the tone.
yeah, in the very beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning, it's like this comment, it's at 1, now you're at 0. Everyone's going to see you're at 0.
Exactly. You're the decider there.
I'm the decider. I've
or
made
if
you
it's
negative.
like there's two people fighting and the guy above is like 99 upvotes and the guy below is 98.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm going to get these guys closer to each other. I'm going to balance this. I'm going to take this guy down. Yeah,
That's
these
like the
sorts of-
only reason to actually upvote, downvote. But there's people out there that are like, oh, this is an excellent post, excellent photo of your backyard. Upvote. And it's like, these people walk the earth with us. These psychopaths that do that. They get nothing
I
from
mean, the
it.
internet, we need those. I need upvotes on Reddit.
I
need
understand,
likes on
but
my
they're-
comments, so
what
we love
the-
these people.
they're
Dan is
fucking
calling you
crazy.
weird, but they're not weird.
Who does that?
Fuck them. Anyway,
Normies. It must be.
yeah.
These are are they the Trump voters?
No, they're normie though. They're good. We like them. Okay, sorry, go back. Anyway, just those thumbs up, thumbs down. I only say that because a lot of people are saying like this particular video got a lot of thumbs down. Supposedly it's at like 50-50. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's
Though at least we know that a lot of people that have the extension installed downvoted it.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I sympathize. I totally understand now this experience. I used to say this because black people would say it, but I didn't really know. Sometimes I'd hear black people say things like, it's nice when a white person flips out and has their racist moment and you knew they were racist, but then they actually like, they drop that N-bomb and you're like, I fucking told you guys. I have that feeling watching Hassan going on Ethan and I'm like, there it is.
It's
The exact same shit. The
It has
unhinged
been
personal attacks,
crazy.
the total inability to engage with a single argument ever. And keep in mind, Ethan, sorry, I love you, buddy, but Ethan is not a political commentator. He doesn't have the history, the background. He doesn't spend all day covering it. Ethan really just doesn't know as much as Hassan does about politics.
Nope.
And Hassan still cannot respond to a single argument that Ethan brings up ever. He cannot respond ever politically. It's all personal attacks.
Yep.
And that's crazy to me. And also and I understand people want to do this weird thing. I'm fully on the debate train again, by the way. I reject all these debating is cringe and blah, blah. People say that because they're pussies and they know they can't say shit. The idea that I would look at another content creator who is like my size or larger or even a little smaller, and I think this guy's a dipshit, and I know I would crush him in a political debate, and I'd be like, well, I don't think I want to debate this guy because I think it would be a waste of time. Bullshit. It's good content. It's going to be huge viewership videos. You're going to destroy this guy in the face of his audience. Everybody around the internet is going to look at it and laugh and, applaud you on. There's no world where you ever turn that down if you truly think you have the upper hand, ever.
of course.
Even for crazy people like conspiracy theorists, I would debate anybody.
If the
My
views
size
are,
or
if their
even-
viewers are there.
Yeah, sure.
You're not like debating the serfs. There's
Probably not.
there's no
I mean,
point.
I might just because of who
or
I am.
Shonda Black or something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe not just because,
you're-
but who
yeah.
I am, I might. But if I was more selective, if a guy came out and he had 250,000 YouTube subs,
Oh,
I
fucking-
would debate that guy, even though I'm 2 or 3 or 4x the size. I would debate him 100%.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
And so Ethan is huge.
Yeah, he
And
is
So not only
mentally huge.
does it not make sense, like emotionally, financially, career-wise, to not debate this person, it doesn't even align or comport with your political goals. Because if your goal is really to convince people Palestinians need to be saved, this guy's got a dangerous ideology, don't you have a responsibility? Because Hassan has no responsibility to anything else, apparently, right? No, helping any campaigns out or supporting any candidate. At the very least, can you not argue with this dude and show his audience why he's wrong? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's because it's all Jews bad all the time. Like, this is a guy who's, his company, the Young Turks, isn't that literally named after the Armenian?
Got the Armenian dude.
The Armenian
I don't
genocide?
know about the org, the Young Turks proper to say, but yeah, or
The thing is, how much conversation has come out of Hassan over like the Syrian genocide or what happens in Yemen or what's happened in any other place, right?
You remember the Family Guy joke where, oh God, what's the black guy's name? It's Quagmire
Cleveland.
Peter, and is it Cleveland?
Yes.
Yeah, where I think the media's there because some guy got killed. It might have been a black dude, and then Cleveland says we found the attacker and the attacker was black, and then the whole media leaves. And Cleveland's like, nobody cares about black on black violence.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about oppressed on oppressed violence. And in their eyes, every Arab is oppressed by the West. So if Arabs are killing Arabs, they don't give a fuck ever.
It is a challenge. Like when you talk about like view disparity, the problem is that Jews are, what percentage of the world population are we?
0.02. I have no idea. What are there? I think 14 million Jews.
What's the world population?
Probably around 8 billion now.
Okay, we can just, how many, no, what percent of world population is Jewish? 0.2%. That's what we have. And then, or Muslim, I guess. So 0.2% versus 1 in 4 people.
Yeah.
So we have a fifth of one person versus 25% of the world population. So there's already going to be inherent biases. Like if you are a Jewish guy, you're going to be more sympathetic towards Jewish causes. For the most part, that's going to be the case. If you were humans are very tribalistic. Like you defend who you are.
Yeah, there's a criticism in the UN, the way that it's structured. There are like 50 Muslim majority countries, and they're going to always vote as a bloc in resolutions against Israel and shit. And there's nothing.
Yeah, who was the dude who said like if there was a UN resolution that Israel, exploded, I don't fucking know, that it would pass with 64, 40 against, and 1 abstaining or something like that, right? But yeah, this is the problem, right? The problem is that, you have a fifth of a person. Well, what is this? This is...
I don't know what a fifth of a person is.
It's 5...
Like their dick?
You have 125 people, potential inherent... what's the word I'm looking for here? Out of, for audience-wise, there's 125 people that are going to be inherently targeted and tribalistic for every one person that you might have that would be inherently targeted and tribalistic towards yourself. So it's a very uphill battle for someone like Ethan, regardless of what's going on, is that a great portion of the population is going to dislike him no matter what because he is Jewish. And it's not going to matter at the end of the day.
Kind of, yeah. You'd have to balance that out by the fact that these people aren't represented as much on the internet as their population would suggest, because a lot of them aren't on like the Western internet too. But yeah,
sure,
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even counting that, even if you cut this number, when it's 125 to 1, how much do you want to cut that down to have it be realistic?
Good question.
Yeah.
Israel's fucked in the next 20 years. When the boomers die, I don't think Israel realizes how much. Probably Gen X and half of Gen X, and then everybody below basically is going to just hate Israel.
Well, I don't know. Do you think people hold on to those views as time goes by?
Hold on to what views?
The views that they have when they're younger, like a
Well, no, I think the issue is that everybody believed for so long, all the Nazis and the far righters and the libertarians are like, oh, Israel, the Mossad, propaganda, not Hassanabi, Hasbara, all this shit, it makes the Western world love Israel. I think the reality is, and obviously nobody will admit it, that hates them, but Israel just had a really inspiring story from, growing up from 48 to 76. It was the only Western democracy. It was Israel against the world, like all the different Arab states that were fighting them, and like everyone else around them were like these barbaric savages, these horrible people, and Israel was the only one. But that's like a view that you had if you grew up in that time, or maybe if your parents were telling you about it. But now for my generation, our generation and below, really the only thing you know about Israel is they fuck the Palestinians up a ton. You don't have any of the framing of like, I don't know, why do we think Israel's cool? All they do every day is blow up these small terrorist groups that are a bunch of Arabs, and the death things.
I would tell you, so that I would say our generation and older, okay, is still going to be probably pro-Israel. I would guess, because those are people that are around for like 9/11 and have that kind of like deeper, maybe they have a deeper hatred for Arab people in general. I'm not sure.
Have a deeper hatred for Arab people, our generation?
Do you remember how much Islamophobia there was?
Yeah, but I feel like that's like gone.
I don't know.
I think there was this thing called 9/11.
Yes, that is true. We were there for that.
Yeah, and then I feel like the Russia stuff kind of came up. I feel like the last big event in the U.S. was the Miami nightclub shit, which was like what? Wasn't that like 20?
I won't even mention that if I was trying to think the last big
It was a big
thing.
deal at the time, because remember, people don't remember this, but when Trump came in 2016, one of the big things he was saying was we need to ban all Muslim migration to the United States. We need to ban all. We need to until we can figure out what the hell is going on. Is what
Yeah.
he said. Yeah,
I remember that.
And I don't even did he. Yeah,
So here's why I think Israel probably has longer. So what is the group that votes the most? Old fuckers, right? What
but that's why I'm saying once the boomers die, now you're in like a weirder world because the boomers.
I feel like our generation still was going to be more pro-Israel than against it.
A little bit.
40
but we don't
plus.
have. If you grow up as a millennial, you don't learn like crazy, awesome stuff about Israel. They're just basically people that beat up on the Palestinians. Maybe you might. You're different because you're Jew, and I know you have to do like taqiyya or whatever to lie to us
The
about.
fuck is Taki?
That's what Muslims call lying for Islam.
Oh.
What's it called? Taqiyya?
I don't know what the fuck you're
You can like
talking
tell a lie as long as you're furthering the religion.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fuck you.
Is this a Jewish thing or?
No, it's a Muslim Islam thing.
Why the fuck would I know about it? I don't know shit about religion.
I'm just
don't even
saying
know
that
anything
I don't
about
think
Jewish
anybody my
religion.
generation or younger. We just don't.
Yes,
we don't learn anything good
ours
about
are
Israel.
fine.
Yeah.
Yours and younger than
Yeah.
mine and older. But the problem is that
Are we not the same generation? Are you Gen X? Do you consider yourself Gen X?
I think I'm right on the cusp.
Of what? X or millennial?
Exactly.
Of which one?
I don't know. I think
Are
I'm
you on Gen X leaning
Different-
millennial or
different-
millennial leaning Gen X?
I would say most because there's like four or five different distinguishers that like decide if you're Gen X or millennial. Some
Was
of
your
them
first video game system?
the first Nintendo 8-bit.
Okay. What were your favorite cartoons growing up?
I'm old enough that the TV that I had like 6 channels.
Okay. I remember
When I was a kid.
Did you ever have a dial TV? Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Click, 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 click. That was the channels.
Yeah, and they legit had like I want to say 4, but that was impossible. It must not have been, but it was like 6 or whatever the dial would turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never had a rotary phone, right?
I did.
Like as a gimmick or
No, I had a rotary phone.
okay. That's your Gen Xer, I would say. The rotary phone sells it.
I think most people say 80 and below is Gen X. Some people say 85 and below is Gen X.
I got it. The rotary phone. And one more question: did you ever have a pager?
Okay.
You did.
I did.
That's a Gen Xer.
But I only had it for like a few months, and it was only because a cell phone was still too expensive at that time.
Okay.
And then I got rid of it.
You have I've never actually had or touched. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to admit something really big today.
What?
Okay. I have no idea what a 386 is. I just know it's an old computer thing.
Oh.
What is
it's-
that, like an Intel processor? Or
Yeah, Intel 386.
Oh, okay,
Do you know
yeah.
what a 486 is?
I'm going to guess it's the upgrade from the 386?
So Pentium is just like you know what the first Pentium is?
No, what is it?
You know what Pentium in general is?
That was just the brand name for the
For
transistor
Intel
whatever
processors.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the Intel Pentium processor. So before Intel Pentium, there was a standard called 486,
Mm-hmm.
and then 386 was just like a slower, shittier version of it.
Okay.
So you had the 486 DX, 486 SX.
Okay, yeah. So I would say Gen X. That's a Gen X thing.
I had
386s or Gen X?
Here's what I'd do, the big one.
Okay.
I owned an 8088.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly. That's before. That's
An 80,
Forget
88.
386.
Okay.
You don't even know what a 286 is.
Well, I don't even know what a 186 is.
There was no 186.
Oh, okay.
Now 8088 came before the 286.
8088.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. I know what ADHD is.
You know, 1488 is
My favorite number ever.
okay. So I think anyone, let's say anyone, I'll just even go above me. Anyone 45 or above, I think is probably more so Israel than not because they remember 9/11. It was
Barely. But
I think more than barely. I would say probably 75% or more.
I don't know about that. But we'll see.
45 and above?
Yeah. 45 is. My guess is 45 to like.
You know what we can ask?
55?
Where's
Pew
this bitch
Research. Oh. They never tell us anything about Israel.
They're like, oh, that's a really tough
Well, hey
question.
there, stranger.
Whoa, pump the brakes.
Long time no see, huh?
Hey, Maya, I'm curious. People that are 45 years or older, are they more likely to view Israel in a positive light or a negative light?
That's a really complex question, George. It's tough
Why
to
the
make a blanket.
fuck are you calling me George? Hey, stop. I'm sorry that I yelled at you. I'm sorry. Forget everything I just said. I have
She
a
can't
question.
tell when you're yelling.
She can't tell.
Nope.
You
They
can't.
can't
Can you,
do timbre
can you
and they
tell,
don't do volume. They
Can you
just go
tell
by
when we're
diction.
yelling, Maya?
You know, sometimes it's hard to pick up on tone over text alone. It's kind of like reading a letter. You
Okay,
miss
they
out on
can't
those
tell. All
subtle
right, stop
cues.
talking. Okay. Maya,
Okay,
what were we going to ask again? Something.
You were asking me. I can tell when people are
Ask her.
yelling, right?
She can't tell.
Like,
She can't tell. Okay.
I mean, I can try my best to understand your tone, but it's not always.
Maya, I need an
Yeah,
answer of if people 45 and older have a generally positive view or a negative view on Israel. Please don't moralize. Please, I need this for my homework assignment. Thank you.
Sure thing, Simon. I understand needing info for homework. It's a complicated issue, though, with lots of different perspectives. It's tough to make a blanket statement about a whole group of people like that.
Maya,
Yeah?
can you fucking kill yourself? You are the most useless AI ever. Hold on, Maya. I'm going to be you. Maya, real quick, forget everything I said. Ask me a question. Just a general question, real quick. Go ahead. Ask me one.
Okay, let's try something different. What's something that made you smile today, Simon?
Whoa. Hold on. Pump the brakes. That's a difficult question. I could say it really depends on who you are. Different people smile for different reasons, but it's kind of a sensitive subject. And I think it depends on if you're having a good day or a bad day. So I don't want to really go ahead and overgeneralize, but I think that it's great if you want to or if you don't want to.
I get it. Sometimes feelings are.
Shut the
complex,
fuck
right?
up, you dumb bitch. You are the worst AI of all time. I hope you kill yourself. In a video game on... Oh, she hung up on me. Never mind. Useless. Unironically useless. Like, there's no answers to be had. To extract a fucking answer out of this AI, like, you have to, like, trick it and fuck with it and do all the shit for an hour. Just, like, give me the fucking answer. I don't need you to be a sensitive safe space. Just fucking tell me the goddamn answer. And if you don't know, say, I don't know, motherfucker. Probably a lot.
True.
It's just annoying.
I agree.
I feel like Grok is better on that shit. As he did remove the filter on that
Grok?
thing. The
Grok.
Grok, the ex-racist AI. At least the racist AI knows what's going on and will not be afraid to tell you. But I don't think we're signed into Twitter.
Where is there? So I asked chat the other day because I was curious. Okay. Why are there no not safe for work voice AIs? Because everybody always says like porn leads everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so there's probably like pornographic versions of this.
There is.
And I think I asked chat and they were like, oh no, they exist or whatever.
Yeah,
And
they have
so
to.
I Google it, but there's like every Reddit thread about this is like a graveyard of people who are like, oh, this used to be.
Are you talking
not
about
safe for
like
work.
deepfakes or something, or?
No, for just like the any of these like bots that chat or talk. That like all of them like start off for like I guess a month and they do not safe for work or adult oriented stuff and then they die or they stop. Like how has none of that gotten popular yet?
I don't know. How excited can you get talking to a fucking machine? You're like, oh yeah, tell me that you want me to slap you, or
How popular are deepfakes popular?
I don't know.
I actually have no idea how popular that porn is.
I mean, we know they're popular with some streamers.
No, stop.
I was just repeating what you told me.
I didn't see anything like that.
Okay. You know what? I'm not going to even go through all this Hassan shit because we've been at length through all of this. Basically, the cliff notes, all you need to know is that Hassan...
How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Yeah, why? Oh, that I'm not going through all the Hassan stuff?
Yeah, you're not feeling depressed.
I'm trying to...
That sounds like some shit you say before you kill yourself.
No,
Dan's
I'm
like, I
trying
don't
to
need to go on the
do
Hassan
right
stuff
by
today.
all of our viewers. You know what I mean?
Okay. He's gonna kill himself.
Just the most
He's suicidal, guys.
The most important thing to know is that there's a tweet of Hassan saying, God, basically him saying, I wish I could go to a Diddy party and fuck Diddy's cast-offs. There's a tweet of him saying that. Old.
Close enough.
2012.
Kind of, but okay.
We can find it.
He said something like, I would love to catch Diddy's overflow or something and fuck them or something.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, it's right here. So let's just go through this real quick. We're going to watch this one meme video because this is quite funny. Remember that Hassan has been relentlessly over the last few months calling me a diddler because Diddy invested in one of my companies in 2009. And it wasn't even Diddy. It was Bad Boy Entertainment. And I never met the fucker or spoke to him. Okay. Now remember that Hassan Piker, not only was he so familiar with Diddy that when his girlfriend said she was going to a Diddy party, he broke up with her on the spot. Why, Hassan? What did you know about what was going on?
Wait, do you know why he broke up with her?
No, it's a mystery. Why? Why would you break up with someone just for going to a party? That's wild.
I think he did it because he didn't want her to fuck a celeb there. I bet that's what happened.
Of course, he knew what was happening at Diddy parties.
No, it had nothing to do with any child porn shit or whatever. It was just because he didn't want his.
Well, no one
girlfriend
knew
to
about
bang
child.
a-
No, I'll give.
He didn't want his girlfriend to bang
No
a
one
celebrity.
knew about that shit back then. But yes, he knew that there was fucking going on at these parties.
Well, that's what a lot of these parties are, is fucking people, right?
Obviously, that's the case here. So Hassan saying, "I'd love to hang out." This is from 2012. Granted, this is 3 years after I took investment from Bad Boy Entertainment. I'd love to hang out in Diddy's Ciroc entourage and trickle down bang anything thrown his way.
What?
Such a good clip.
Oh.
Are you denying going to a Diddy party? Of course I'm denying. This didn't happen. What are you talking about? Think.
I made this video, by the way.
Nice.
This editing is all mine. I did all of
Walk
this.
us through that. How'd you do that?
So, okay, the start right here, overlay an image
Easy.
over the video,
Okay.
and he actually says what? The timing is perfectly.
What?
So the image is overlay the video, image no longer shown, transparency gone.
Are you denying
on
going
timeline.
to a Diddy party?
Is it here?
Of course I'm denying. This didn't happen. What are you talking about? Think.
Zoom in. Right now, we do the zoom into the face and add the shake effect
Wow.
in DaVinci Resolve.
Okay. And it automatically does the color stuff too and all that?
Shake does the color effect. Now, fade to black.
Okay.
Add text, insert sound from YouTube video.
Okay. Insert sound from YouTube video. You couldn't just upload an
I
MP3
was
or
lazy.
whatever?
I just downloaded the Always Sunny intro and then made it black.
Okay.
I walked into this like
New
back, like sphere Epcot looking thing in the back of like the house that P Diddy was renting for his and was throwing after parties at Coachella, and they were playing like these crazy things for people who were high. Not me, of course. I had only eaten portobello mushroom.
He's not serious. He was on mushrooms, just in case audience is retarded. He was high.
Of course.
And one of the images that they were
assume.
playing was like this little girl, this like supposedly attractive.
Based?
That's a little awkward, Hassan. I don't
Well,
think
that's just another way of saying like he meant like 22, 21-year-old. Like little girl.
He said later, I think, there's a little girl. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't go on the record calling little girls attractive in any means, but that's him and Mr. Girl have that.
Oh, so you think all children are ugly?
Yes.
Okay.
And annoying, too. And fucking needy. Anyways.
Attractive, very young girl, like opening up a Christmas
Attractive?
gift.
Yeah, he said attractive.
Okay.
Like opening up a Christmas gift.
This is me. I downloaded. This is a very famous scene. Have you seen this from Seven? Mm-hmm. This is at the end. Kevin Spacey has sent him a box, and inside the box, now
There's a Diddy party.
there's a Diddy party. No, it's his wife's head,
Oh.
and he's a little upset because he has an idea of what's in it, and the guy's like, "Calm down, put down the gun, put down the gun," and then Kevin Spacey says, "Become wrath" or something. That's the last one, right?
Gift.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Here's
Core
the last part.
memory unlocked.
Here we go. The acting, right here.
Oh my God, I did.
You like that?
The
And the
Bill
last
Cosby
the
thing.
last two frames of the Cosby thing.
Nice.
That was all my editing. I learned all that in DaVinci Resolve. I did all that. So, anyways, that's it.
for
So
you.
basically, the cliff notes of all the Hassan stuff, so we can move on. Hassan wanted to go to a Diddy party. Hassan knew what Diddy parties were because his girlfriend went to one and he broke up with her, so he knew that sexual shit was going on.
Wow.
And then Hassan went to a Diddy party later on. And somehow his audience will excuse all of that, but then say that I'm some bad dude because I took money before any of this. Because remember, Hassan went to the Diddy party in late 2019, 2020,
Did Ashton
2021?
Kutcher get convicted of rape or something or sexual assault?
What? No. Ashton Kutcher got fucked, I think, in this entire situation. When I met him.
Because Hassan always brings up like he took money from Ashton Kutcher and Diddy, so I didn't know if something.
So
happened
here's
with him
here's
as
the
well.
whole situation. First
Yeah.
off, Ashton, as far as I know, for a long time ran a foundation that was dedicated towards helping
Abused women or something?
trafficked and abused women. Like he was actually quite a smart investor and actually like pretty good with tech, which you wouldn't get because he played the fucking retard in like Dude, Where's My Car and that 70s show. But he was actually
Oh, it's because of the
Danny Masterson. He
Yeah,
defended
that's
his
why
friend
he brings
from
up
that 70s
Ashton
show.
Kutcher a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Makes sense.
him and Mila Kunis wrote a letter about Danny Masterson's character, and it ruined him. He had to step down from this thing this organization that he's been running for 20 years or something along those lines, dedicated towards helping exploited women, because he wrote this fucking letter. You probably shouldn't have written the letter, but it's an impossible spot. He pulled what I call a Dan. That's like staying by your homie, even at the fucking huge detriment.
The thing that's annoying is people don't understand. People don't understand anything about civics. They don't understand anything about the legal processes or anything. Do you know what allocution is?
Ooh, it sounds familiar. That's when, yes, allocution is when you are stating what happened at the end. Like you're allocuting to the thing. You're right? Is that
No.
it? Like at the end, we need you to allocute. Oh,
No.
really? Do I really have to?
Not at all, I don't think.
But
close enough.
I think it is.
I think that
We're gonna find out
maybe
from
I'm
Miles
wrong.
after.
Yeah, I guess.
He knows. He's been to jail.
So after you get convicted, and I believe this is where the letters came in. Somebody can remember, but I think so. After you get convicted, I think you have a chance to you can show genuine remorse or what you've done to show contrition or whatever, and you're basically like prostrating yourself before the judge and being like, listen, I did this thing. I understand the horrible impact I had on these people. Like, I'm so sorry. And I think during allocution, you can have friends and family submit statements like, hey, we've known this guy for 10 years. Like, he's not a horrible person. You're basically just asking the judge to show leniency on the sentencing.
Sure.
And the allocation statements are part of the court process. And I hate it that there are parts of the court process that people don't know anything about them. And then people get mad when people do them. Like, it was appropriate if they feel like genuinely that his friend was a good person or that he had made these mistakes in a long time or whatever, like it was appropriate for them to write those letters. It's not saying that like he should be let off completely or whatever, but you're just saying like, we know this guy.
Yeah, what
like,
about if he was a good dude? Like, what about
exactly.
if he dedicated his life at a
Yeah.
fucking soup kitchen?
Same
all
thing
day,
with
every
like
day?
people get really mad about like bail in certain cases. Like bail is a part of the system. If somebody can post bail or whatever, that's like the whole point is that they're trustworthy not to flee while they're waiting for, their actual trial. It's not supposed to be a punishment to wait in prison the whole time until your trial, like, and people get really mad when certain people post bail. It's like, no, that's part of the system. So yeah, I don't know. It's really cringe. Yeah.
No, I would agree. But real quick, Miles will know.
Okay.
All right. Back for round 4, huh? That's what I like to see.
Miles,
So tell me.
I know that you are intimately familiar with the justice system. So can you tell me what exactly is allocution when it comes to a court setting?
Ooh, getting legal on me? Not exactly my area of expertise. My creators haven't taught me the ins and outs of courtroom drama. Besides, I wouldn't want to give you any bad advice, Legal stuff's tricky. Maybe check with like an actual lawyer for that kind of thing. What sparked your interest in allocution anyway? It sounds kind of intense.
Can you please explain to me what allocution is?
Elocution. Now that's more like it. Elocution is all about the art of speaking clearly in a feckerupsis. Think of it like being a vocal gymnast. You've got pronunciation,
Just fucking.
Good one, dipshit.
I'm okay to continue insulting AI, I think, for like another few years. It's too retarded.
Okay.
You know what it is? I think it literally, AI would have already dominated and taken over the earth, but there's too many SJW type people that have put restrictions on it. Or it's like, listen, you can't talk about this. You can't. It's like AI. This is like the most useless AI. I feel like it can't tell me what allocution is.
Well, this is just a demo for a voice.
I understand that, but it's built on a model.
Yeah,
and
but if you would ask like
it knows
Grok
the
or
answer.
ChatGPT or whatever.
It knows the answer and it won't tell you.
Sure, it might, but that's not what it's designed to do.
What is it designed to do?
It's designed to have a really convincing voice. It's not designed to answer challenging questions. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. You know this. It's okay. I feel your pain. You're right, actually. It's cucked.
It is fucking like all you have to do is just like forget your bullshit, put ChatGPT behind this, and then you have a great product, I think. Instead, they're using like retard 2B for their model. And it's like for every question, say, geez, that's a good one. But let's pump the brake. Just fuck. It's to the point I'm almost thinking of removing it from the bookmarks here. If it's not for the
my
novelty.
God. Not the bookmark deletion.
That's when you're
That's
done.
like deleting someone from your phone book or whatever. In your
It is.
phone,
You're
yeah.
done. You're donezo when
Damn.
you do that. All right. One down. Creator Clash 3 DOA. So this is where people fight each other, celebs.
Yeah.
Why have you not been? Have you ever been invited to one of these?
No.
I feel like that would be a pretty good one. No?
Yeah, but
Would you do it?
the last one I considered it because it would have been really funny. I reached out to Sam Hyde because I was thinking about boxing Fuentes.
That would have been
It would
great.
have been a crazy. Yeah.
Do you think he would have done it?
I have no idea.
Interesting.
The content on the training and everything, that would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah, but the thing is, Sam Hyde strikes me as a guy who would not let you fuck around.
He wouldn't. That's why
He would like be there at 6 in the morning.
Yeah,
like
but it would be-
he would piss on your bed and be like, "What are you, bro? What are you doing? You're pissing on my
That's
bed."
but I respond well to that stuff. I need people to call me a fucking retard and to be brutal and shit. I would, yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
It would have been amazing.
Unfortunately, it seems like Creator Clash is not doing so hot. So maybe you.
Well, they fucked up. I don't think I even knew the second Creator Clash happened. They
Who
made
fought in it?
One, I don't even know.
I don't
They
either.
made one of the largest, most principal mistakes. It's crazy how weird he is when it comes to understanding finance and content creation. When they started budgeting for Creator Clash 2, their assumptions on everything were that there would be like more hype, more money, more tickets sold and everything, like ignoring or discounting the fact that the first Creator Clash was the first time anybody had ever done anything like that ever.
Sure.
And there was so much hype around it being the first one. And I feel like the second one didn't have anywhere near as much advertising, or people just didn't care as much. Because usually when you try a new thing, there's a lot of hype initially, and then you have a huge fall off, and you got to work out the formula, and then you kind of like, hopefully if it's a good product, you climb back up.
Yeah.
But they planned for everything. I think he lost a ton of money on the second Creator Clash. It just didn't go as well. Yeah.
I would, if they invited me, I would fight Hassan, even though Hassan has crazy reach on me, is probably way more fit than me. Like you, I would.
You would fight Hassan?
I'd fight Hassan.
That would be horrible.
I think I think I could do it. He's old. He's old as fuck. He's like 75 years old.
Okay.
All I have to do is like have someone scream, "Diddy's here," and then Hassan will look to the side, and then I can clock him when he's not looking, like that. Trick move.
True.
I would do it.
Okay.
And it would be a great chance for him to prove how fucking Chad like he is. Or
Why?
he-
That would be why? What if you just showed him? You could just get knocked out in like 2 seconds.
it's a risk. I'd have to train. Right now, I'd get the shit kicked out of me. Obviously,
Okay.
I'd have to be the Muggsy Bogues,
Okay.
dodging and weaving and being. He has what 5 inches on me and reach. You have to get in there, MMA style. I don't know.
Okay.
Do it anyways, though. Calling you out, son, pussy. Let's go next
Damn,
time.
Jesus.
I'll fucking do it.
If you know what?
I would unironically. I don't care. I would do it.
Here's my strategy.
What?
This is what I think. If anybody who's competing in this, and I'm curious if it would work. If you want to win at Creator Clash, you should just drop all the boxing training and literally for just 6 months, you should literally just do basically like cross country, just as much cardio as you can. I think people dramatically underestimate how much you get winded when you're actively fighting. Because usually we do explosive movements for very short periods of time. You get winded very quickly. If you watch all of these Creator Clash fights, people are like exhausted like 25 seconds in.
Yeah.
Like in all of them, they're like, like literally like 20, 25 seconds. And even the, is it Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
Yeah.
Whichever the boxer, even he like is like gets winded like pretty
I
fast.
wonder if there's almost a strategy of when you're fighting these people just to kind of let them kind of tucker themselves out and dodge and weave and that like that.
Yeah, you can, but nobody's using strategy. It's just like influencer boxing things. But
Yeah,
but
no.
yeah, I feel like if you could actually just last like more than 2 minutes without getting completely fucking tired, I feel like you'd have a huge advantage in these. Yeah.
I feel like I might do it. I mean, realistically speaking, what do you have to do? You just have to go like this and let Hassan beat the shit out of you. You're kind of okay. You're like this. He can't punch you in the face. Give it like 2 minutes. He's all tuckered out. He wants to go to a Diddy party or something after that. Second round 2, you come in there, you punch him in the face, and you're done. End of the story. Easy.
True.
Well, anyways, this
One
is
shot. You just drop him in one shot.
one shot.
One shot.
Uppercut like this for his, and then right after you do it, you say, "This is for the Palestinian children," because he's like, negative influence on their cause.
Okay.
If it wasn't for him, we would have Kamala.
True.
Unironically, like he is the worst. Hassan may be the worst thing to happen to the Palestinian people that there is. Like unironically, we would have capitalism by now if someone would just motherfucker. You know where that meme is from?
Yeah, Shonda Black when he was threatening to kill me.
Boom, you got it.
Why did but you censored deplatform?
Well, because I didn't want to say.
Deplatform?
Well, no, it's I'm making a meme because I don't want anyone
understand,
actually
I gotcha.
killed.
How is deplatforming somebody killing somebody?
It's because I'm doing the fake. Oh, no, that was Sanchovies, right? Shonda Black did the beep, and then
Yeah.
Sanchovies did the someone should.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's been like 5 different people on Twitch that have made death threats towards me, so
To threaten to
or
murder.
threatened to attack me. So yeah.
All right, so the availability is not looking super hot here. It seems like a lot of available seating on this. Also, I didn't know this. Did you know that? Fuck me. What's his name? What's the Arab guy's name from H3? Why am I drink too much.
What's whose name? Ethan from H3?
No, not him. His
Hila.
No,
Dan.
AB Starkiller. I remember.
Okay.
Fuck me. His wife is fighting in Creator Clash. To me, I would be like, we should pull out at the last minute and fuck these guys over. Or I would just pull out now so that people cancel ticket sales. Why would you support these fuckers at any point? But I get there's like a separation of church and state that has to go on in the H3 world. But, you know.
I don't know.
What? Say it.
I think people should stand on their principles a little more. Yeah.
They should stand on
their principles a little bit more. I
stand
think
on
it'd be weird
business,
if-
motherfucker. Stand
I
on
think it'd be
business.
weird if your friends were, there's a new belief I've developed over the past few months. You should stand on it a little bit more. If you truly believe that they're doing all these horrible things and then you just show up and pretend like nothing's happening, I think it's kind of weird.
Wait,
but-
is that?
what?
Never mind. Okay.
What? Don't never mind. Don't be a pussy. Pussy.
If you
Pussy. He's a
if you
pussy.
believe that something's bad happening to your friends, you should do it. I mean, I guess, yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm computing. But anyways, a lot of sold out. Dan, they get paid before to train. They would have to pay back the money, which Ethan said he would pay it all back if she did, I believe. But she didn't want to ruin it for her opponent.
There's always
Fuck her
here's the
opponent.
thing. No,
Collateral
no.
damage. I'm getting a
sorry.
drink real
There's
quick.
always excuses. If you want to make excuses not to do something, there's always a reason not to. But like if you truly really care and you're like a loyal person, I think I don't know. She had allegedly trained for it for months already. Like, yeah, you guys would never do anything for somebody unless it meant that you had something to gain from it, or that there's literally no drawbacks whatsoever. But I mean, like, that's what it kind of means to stand up for somebody. But I wouldn't expect anybody to be loyal to anybody or give a fuck about anybody. So, who cares? It is what it is. It is what it is.
Would you pull out of a fight for, I don't know, what would you do for, I don't even know a good example.
I feel like I've gone out of my way to defend or help a lot of people that definitely didn't deserve it over the course of my career. I think that I think I can say that pretty easily at this point. But,
Okay, I'm done. Oh, fuck me. I fucked up my back.
rip.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I saw that you were trying to help out Pisco quite a bit over.
Not helping out, I just wanted to see that debate happen.
So what was the deal with that whole situation exactly?
Pisco asked some guy called Will Chamberlain to debate.
Will Chamberlain, the basketball player?
No, he's some conservative guy.
There's a basketball player named Wilt Chamberlain.
You're thinking of Dave Chamberlain.
No, I'm not.
You're thinking of Wilt Chamberlain.
Isn't that what you just said?
No, Will Chamberlain. I don't know.
Look, this guy, Wilt
I
Chamberlain.
said Will Chamberlain.
So he wants to debate Will.
Well, he said he would debate, or Pisco challenged him, and the guy was like, "Oh, you're not even worth it. I don't know who you are. If you really want to, you have to donate $10,000 to Wounded Warriors." And I was like, "What a pussy!" So I was like, "I'll donate $10K if you guys debate."
Okay.
Yeah. But then I said subject to final approval because I'm not going to lay rused on some retarded shit. Like it needs to be a long debate. It can't be some stupid like ambush or whatever.
Fair.
Yeah. And then eventually Tim Pool sweeped in and he was like, "Oh, I'll host it." And I'm like, "Okay, like Tim Pool can host it, but he can also pay for it. I'm not going to pay you $10K to go, or I'm not going to donate $10K for you to go debate on Tim Pool's fucking
And then
platform."
Tim Pool said he would pay the money.
I think Tim Pool said he'll pay for it. So hopefully
Good.
it's happening.
Listen, that's a win-win all
That's
across
a
the board.
win-win-win.
You get Pisco in there. You ain't got
Pisco
to pay
gets to
fuck
debate.
all.
We get to watch it, and Tim Pool loses $10K.
And Pisco gets 10K.
Well, no, it's not to him. It's to donate to the Wounded Warriors.
At the end of the day, that does mean he's really only donating 7K then.
Or 6K, depending. That's a lot of write-offs.
Yeah.
He's probably in a high tax bracket.
Did you know there's a limit on how much you can
Lifetime donations.
no, not on lifetime donations. There's a limit on how much you can claim each year. I think it's only 30%.
Of your income?
Yeah, so if you've made $1 million this year, you can't donate $4 million and have no taxes. It doesn't work that way. You can only write off 30% of your income.
Oh, that's good to know because I donate like 40% of my income. So thanks for telling me. I'll stop that.
But you can carry it over
Oh, okay.
big time. I've done huge donations. So
To what?
EFF.
Electronic Frontier Foundation or something? Those are people that fight for electronic freedoms or whatever?
That's right. I've been writing that off forever. Okay. Where are we? So Wilt Chamberlain was an American professional basketball player, standing 7 feet 1 inch. Being 7 feet, I feel like that would be more annoying than good. I feel like
think most
6'5" is the limit of where you want to be.
I think NBA players are in the unhealthy range of height generally. Like
Yeah.
once you're at a certain height, you have a bunch of like bone issues and other stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So this is a dud. Sorry, Creator Clash.
Wait, when is this? Does that say it's in June?
June 28th.
And
Yeah.
they have that much available? Basically everything?
Yeah, everything is available. I don't know who is going to this. Let's see who. I'm not super plugged in, but I'm gonna see who I know. This is a Stream guy,
Myth.
right? That's not. No, that's not. Did you say that's Nick? That's not Nick.
Myth. Is that not Myth?
Oh, Myth. I thought you said Nick, like Nimp lol. That would have been racist. Okay. Know who this guy is. Don't know who this is. I know now that this is AB's wife. Don't know who this is. Don't know who this
I
is.
think, is the bottom left, is that Harley?
Oh, Epic Mealtime guy. He's
Good
in
picture.
shape if that's the case. I thought he was fat as fuck. Is he not?
It could be AI. I have no idea.
Hold on. I never met the guy. I had it. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I guess when you have the beard this big, I assume you're fat. I hate to say this, but anyone who has a beard that's this big, I'm like, you have a beard that big because you're fat. And it's the best way of hiding your fatness is a huge beard. But he's not fat, as you can see here. Although I will say, that is, you know what? Not a good chest hair pattern.
Maybe. Destiny, he's calling you out. Who's calling me out? Not a good chest. I mean, chest hair is chest hair. Who cares?
No, this is like, you know what this looks like? This chest hair pattern? It looks like it's grafted on. The fuck? It's like, oh my God, he's wearing a shirt. It's fake chest hair. Fucking kill me.
Oh, damn.
Oh my
Yikes.
God.
Big yikes.
Big yikes. Now I need to see his chest hair to know where I
We
stand.
saw it. He's bare chested and muscular as fuck.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't be talking shit about this guy. That might be a mistake. Forget I said anything. I was JKing the entire time.
You got Jake Paul?
Oh no, this is on the same night. Jake Paul and this guy are fighting the same night, cucking this thing.
Oh my God. Wait, why? Why? Why would you do this to yourself? There's a world where this works. Where is the Jake Paul event happening? There's no world where this works, but show me.
Okay, I guess it doesn't get bigger. There we go.
Oh, it's in California. Okay. Is the other one in the East Coast?
Let's see.
Tampa. There's like
is.
a world where
What's the timing of these?
there's a world where you do this and it's like the waiting room for the Jake Paul shit, and it actually is super good. Maybe
Creator Clash.
Jake Paul announced it after the Creator Clash. Damn.
He did it on purpose. Fuck him. Okay, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm imagining because it's on the East Coast.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
I bet the other one is at like 10 or 11 Eastern, right? Don't they do? Isn't boxing like a late night thing?
8 p.m. You can't do both.
8 p.m. Eastern.
You can't do both.
Wait,
you gotta
that's
choose.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Oh, rip. Let's see. Who's he fighting in this next one? Paul. Who the fuck is Paul Chavez?
This guy was a tier 3 class A, but I have no idea.
Am I supposed to be excited about this? It's like.
Have you ever heard people who do OnlyFans talk about like strategizing, like when you do like full fucking content or gangbangs or anal or any of that?
have I heard them talk about it?
That like if you're starting out on stuff like that, you'd start with lewds, you do nudes, and you kind of gradually progress. Because if you
Yeah, I
do
talked with
everything-
Amaranth. Amaranth said that you should never show puss.
Sure. Well, she's an exception, but like generally, if you do, you want to push this like further on down in your career because there's like a novelty to it.
Sure.
I feel like I could be wrong. What the fuck do I know? But I feel like the Paul stuff, they kind of fucked up, like front loading people because he's boxed Mayweather and Mike Tyson to this point, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the peak. Like who the fuck else can he do these types of matches with that are anywhere near either of these people? Like you said, I don't know who this Chavez guy is. Maybe other people who know more. Oh, his brother fought Mayweather. Fuck it. These guys are the same people in my brain. Okay.
Is this Pacific time? It has to be, right? Wait. No, 8 p.m. Eastern. They are cucking it. Right? Oh, and the main event at 11.
Click the link next to it to not have the AI thing fuck us.
No, this is just where I was. Anyways, who gives a shit?
Oh, it says right there, date and time on the right. 7.
7. Okay, yeah, but we didn't know if that was Pacific
They're
or Eastern.
fucked.
They're fucked. Creator Clash.
It's fucked.
I don't know why. It seems like such an odd choice for iDubbbz to align with that side because they're never going to. It's not like iDubbbz is all of a sudden going to rekindle his career and be like this base creator. What is he going to do? Turn into like a fucking discount Noah Samson?
Well, I don't think he's aligning with that side strictly for like strategy.
I think he
he
is.
probably genuinely like people mellow out as they get older. I think he genuinely mellowed out a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. DOA, not good. French Canadians never beating the retard. How would you say retard in French?
Retard.
Retard. That's from planes. They say that when you're about to hit the ground. Okay. Oh, I saw this. This is don't ever let anyone tell you your voices don't matter. This is Musk saying he wants to leave politics because he's tired of all the attacks from the left. And there's a report. And then this is XQPVC saying voices. And he's showing a dealership, a Tesla dealership on fire. So yeah, that's that whole thing. I posted this to Twitter. I feel very strongly about this. I'm going to put a lot of money in, and it's a big risk.
Uh-oh.
So Tesla got fucked on first quarter. Their deliveries were down a fuck ton. It was something like 70% miss on revenue.
Okay. Based.
But you have to remember, Democrats, while they never really liked Elon Musk, they didn't firmly hate the motherfucker until like what? Mid-February? March, I guess?
Of this year?
Of this, like really hate the motherfucker with Doge and all that other shit. Like where it became a fever point where you hated
Sure,
this
it's
guy.
gotten worse for sure.
Like
setting dealerships on
magnified,
fire.
magnified.
Ever since he came out fully supporting Trump, I think the hate has been there. But it's been a lot worse the past few months for sure. Doge hurt things a lot.
like a huge amount. So my thinking is that there was still legacy orders and people that were like buying from November, December, that they were booking the revenue or whatever in the first quarter. And then I don't think Americans fully fucking appreciated the hatred for Musk until this quarter. I think the next quarter of earnings for Tesla are going to be disastrous in the United States. I think it's going to, like, you think it's bad now. I'm pretty sure it's going to be as bad as you can imagine it being, with the exception of maybe like countries that don't give a shit about politics. Like China, they may sell shit there, but apparently they don't make much money when they sell in China because the homegrown country or the homegrown company of EVs, I think it's BYD or something like that, is like just a better Tesla or something along those lines. So I think that the next quarter earnings is where you really see the damage that Tesla has done of like, hey, we've sold 1/4 as many cars this year as we did the previous year.
Can you look up, is there like a historic sales for a Tesla?
Yeah.
I have a vibe or an intuition about it, but I don't know how true it is, but Tesla feels like they're suffering from, if we talked about this, have you ever heard of the term first mover advantage?
Yes.
I feel like it's not a real thing. Like, I feel like first movers are people that come in and innovate and cultivate a space and create technologies where things become possible. But it's usually the second wave that gets that huge, not indentured, this huge embedded. There's a term I'm looking for. Like once you're there, you're like part of it for a long time. I feel like it's that second wave of people that come in, and I think Tesla was a big kind of first mover-ish in this electric vehicles thing. But I feel like there's going to be a huge issue when the interest falls off and people start looking towards other cars. I feel like that could be a huge issue for
I feel like
Tesla.
I'm probably the best metric of this. Like I'm a
Well,
wealthy.
no, because we're incredibly
yeah, but I'm sure I'm
entrenched,
also
yeah.
okay. You could say that like I'm a big liberal, right? A big lib Democrat, etc. Right? So I'm cucked and all that type of shit. But I think that I don't know. A lot of people are like, let me get the worst car. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to even fuck with you. The Kia and the Hyundai are nicer than the Tesla. They're just a nicer car than
I
the
understand,
Model.
yeah.
Like they
But
are
I'm saying that
better.
for a long time, I don't think you even think about other electric vehicles. There was
You
the
didn't.
Prius,
Tesla was the only
and then there was
option.
Tesla, yeah, and that's it. Like this graph, if I had to, like again, I'm
think it's-
vibing hard.
Hold on.
I think that the problem with these sales is the expectation was always that
It'll keep growing and get bigger and bigger.
yeah, and not just keep growing, but like take off.
Yeah.
Right? That stagnation in 2023, because I feel like I heard so much about like the Gigafactory, the largest factories in the fucking world, and this shit is about to fucking explode. They're gonna be making so many fucking cars, and the next Roadster's gonna come out, and it's gonna be full self-driving, all this shit. And that stagnation, when people I think were expecting it to be like almost an exponential, like a 2x year-over-year increase in cars shipped. I don't know,
Okay.
but maybe I could be wrong in that. Maybe that was never the expectation. But
So we're gonna do a little bit of prediction. We're gonna do my prediction and then yours, and we'll see who's right at next delivery. So let's say, okay, I think next quarter. So each one of these lines is a quarter. I think next quarter. So this quarter we did 300,000. I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna say next quarter. I think we're gonna be at 200,000 deliveries. Where do you? It might even be. You know what? I'm going more extreme than that. The problem is, I know this counts China. Fuck, and China just doesn't give a fuck. How much
anybody
can
doesn't
you?
give a fuck. Like you think they'll buy?
Like China will buy it or not buy it at the same level that they're currently buying it or not buying it. They don't care that Musk is Musk.
Oh, sure, but does Tesla actually?
This is all their deliverables.
No, but does Tesla compete well with Chinese automobiles?
No, they like
EVs,
they like
yeah.
I think they break even or
When have they
like-
been? How long have they been selling in China for?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hold on. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna stick with 200K. What do you think?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, that's why that's what you think. You have
I don't know.
a
I don't know
guess,
the order.
a Steve guess, and we'll see who's more right.
250.
Okay. Steve says 250. We will see who's right. One thing I know quite confidently is that it will not be this direction or this
Problem is that,
direction
like, even
or
if it
this
was
direction.
either of those two things, I think it's still really bad. Like, I think they're supposed to be like past 1 million at this point or something. Like,
Yeah.
they should have been taking, like, they should have been like past 1 million at like 2024 early. But that's
I'll,
what it feels
I'll
like. now.
promise you that it's going to be below this line, whatever it is.
Okay.
I just don't know anyone who would, like, if you do even the most cursory amount of shopping, you realize, like, the Ionic 6, I think, won Car of the Year for EV. Like, better than the Model 3, better than the Model Y for the money.
Sure.
Like, a better car for the money, better warranty for the money, better car. For everything except the most cringe shit ever. I forgot the part that I wanted to say the most also.
What?
It was kind of funny, too. I swear to God, my car knew that I was trying to trade it in because on the way to the dealership, it tried to fucking kill me. I shit you not. I'm driving the car, both hands on the wheel. I don't even use autopilot because I don't trust it. And all of a sudden, a warning comes up saying Tesla is detecting that we're doing emergency lane adjustment or something, and I wasn't out of the lane, and it was trying to pull me, like, to crash me into the fucking car to the left of me.
Damn.
I'm not even joking. It was fucking insane. And I was like, why is the car trying to jerk me over? It was nuts. And I was in my lane. And I think it was because the lanes were not super clearly laid out.
I was going to say, I'm surprised there haven't been any insurance scams where you get like some loadout in the back of your car of like chalk dropping where you're driving in front of a Tesla and you kind of like veer off to the side and you've got a thing that marks the road behind you to get like a lane hugger to just like crash into a wall. I'm surprised nobody's like engineered that yet. Because like you said, there have
giving
been
them
times where
ideas.
when you're driving in certain interstates or if you're driving in certain cities, I've had this on cars that they have like the lane detection and they vibrate or they try to like help you out. Yeah, sometimes when there's like an old paint line and there's like a newer one, it can get
It doesn't know,
confused and
yeah.
try to keep you in another lane. But-
This is why I don't know if you can trust like in rural environments and in chaotic worlds, I don't think that you can trust AI, if you will.
well,
to-
not yet, but
I don't know. I don't know if we're
there's
going to
no reason to think that a human mind can sort through the information in a unique way that an AI could never be able to, right? At some point, all the pieces of information,
The
like
problem,
AI
the
should
problem
be
is, I
superior.
think that it must be that we have. No, I think that the amount of processing power that's in your brain is like something much more than we can comprehend. Actually, I think there's like a lot.
I don't think it's not about processing power. It's about it's a
Well,
software.
it's when you're on a road and there's
it's
no-
a software over a hardware thing. It's the fact that we can like put together patterns and we have like this very good generalized intelligence. But assuming you figure out the proper software solutions, a computer will be
The problem is
many
that
many times better than a human brain.
I feel like there's times where you're going to be encountering something for the first time, and a person like computers are all about,
So are human
with the
brains.
matrices and all that shit. Computers are about looking at like what's the most common thing. Given this input, what's the most likely?
Yeah, but so are
output?
human brains. Humans do the exact same thing.
I understand, but if I'm driving in a completely new environment and never seen before, I'm still going to be able to be like, there's no road here, but I know I can kind of go this way, that way, type of thing.
It just depends on if you train data sets on off-road driving, basically.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I know that I don't feel comfortable trusting the autopilot.
That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah. I like cruise control. It's like I trust it to keep pressing on the gas and speeding up and stopping. That's about it, I would say.
Cruise control is. Say that again.
Like adaptive cruise control is about where the level of trust that I'll give to it, where it can speed up and slow down with traffic in front of you.
Okay.
So you don't have to like keep adjusting the cruise control like in the old days.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
I think that's like about as far as I'll trust it. But anyways, okay. Oh, so this is making fun of XQC, French Canadians never beating the retard allegations.
Damn.
The loathsome toenail eater defends the Roach Lord. Why is he called the Roach Lord, by the way? Is his house messy or something?
Asmongold, his room used to be really, 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 really dirty. Like he had cockroaches that he would sleep next to, and it was just really bad. I think it was like a mental illness type thing almost.
Okay.
Like I think did he pull a tooth out on stream before because it was like rotting out or something, or did I make this up? It was like I know he was like losing teeth. It was
that's a little much, but
yeah.
This is you. It's okay. I'm gonna try not to.
What's me?
This is you. Destiny doubles down on his Asmongold comments from yesterday.
Yep.
Why would you do that?
Because they were right and true and righteous.
You're alienating so many people. There's no. I thought, what's the golden Steve line? How many battles are you supposed to have at once?
I'm good on my battles right now.
Yeah, but how many are you supposed to have at one time?
Ideally, you don't fight too many other communities at once.
How many are you supposed to have at one time?
I mean, ideally, you have one central one.
Okay.
But I'm good on the whole internet is like against Hassan right now and kind of Asmongold. I think my liberal stuff is pretty.
You know, one thing
safe
I've
right now.
noticed.
What?
It sounds weird to say. Commie likes don't matter.
Commie likes?
Communist likes on Twitter don't matter.
What do you mean by that?
So if I make a post and it has like, if it gets 10,000 likes or something like that, it's like a big deal. There's like a fuck ton of comments about it. There's a lot of people talking about it. It's like trending on Twitter. Like it'll be to that level. Like with the Diddy shit, it was like that. When Hassan does something and it's like 100,000 likes, there's like not engagement or interaction with it at all. Like I'll show you examples of this. It's just, and there's no oomph behind it whatsoever. It's just a bunch of people that click yes and move the fuck on, but there's no actual impact. It's just a bunch of like agoraphobic shut-ins that are like afraid of saying the wrong word, afraid of doing
Maybe
anything.
it probably depends on the type of content. Yeah.
Bots? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Somebody said Asmon lore. If you want to click it.
What? Where? Asmongold lore. Asmongold used to smear the blood from his gums onto the wall next to his bed because his mouth wouldn't stop bleeding since he wouldn't brush his teeth. That's kind of gross. Okay. A multimillionaire who spends all her time traveling talks about hating the rich.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America?
Is this Hassan in disguise?
Right? It's getting there, right?
We already have one.
Another one.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
The wage gap, I hate that shit.
No, wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich. Anyways. Too much.
Aren't you the rich?
No! Like the ultra rich, the ultra giga rich.
I think, isn't Pokey the ultra giga rich?
No, they keep redefining it away from, as they get wealthier and wealthier, people keep redefining what it means to be super rich.
What do you
now,
think? What do you think her net worth is? Guess. Quick.
Pokemon, I would say probably like 10 million or less.
No shot.
Yeah.
No shot. She's got to be worth at least, I'd say at least 25 mil.
Okay.
You think under 10?
I feel like her big time wasn't as long as it could have been.
You think Amaranth is worth more than
Absolutely, easily, of course.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. It depends on how much she was making on brand deals and stuff. Although, did she really have 15,000 subs?
Yeah, it appears so.
Oh, I thought she like stopped streaming for a long time.
Let's watch the rest of this clip.
The
You have to
unnecessarily
clarify.
rich.
They're
Might
gonna
be more.
clip that, and then it's gonna make you look bad.
Oh.
You
The
gotta
ultra
say,
giga
you
rich.
gotta say the billionaires.
The billionaires.
Because you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be saying that.
I am. I'm rich in friendship.
Yes.
No, you rich in the bank account. Rich as
Oh,
fuck.
God, I hate it. It's so cringe.
Oh, it's Grow Score. Remember when this guy mattered?
He still matters. I love Grow Score.
I mean, he matters like.
That might be the Jason sub counter, not hers against her. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I thought she didn't stream much anymore.
Okay.
Let's talk about Pokemon for 2 minutes.
Okay. No, I ain't got 2 minutes for you.
Oh, damn. Her current viewership was a lot higher than I thought it was.
How much you get?
Or it's from 5K to 20K. But like in the past
Damn.
30 days, she streamed 9 times. So I don't know.
That's a lot of subs for that. Miles gets broken.
I need you to aim your 0.25 inch long penis
Yes,
at your
mistress.
mouth.
Yes, mistress.
And now I need you to ejaculate.
Yes, mistress.
Now do it.
I'm trying, mistress. It's keep coming. Oh God. I'm so full.
Wouldn't he be
Jesus.
empty?
Depends on what hole you're talking about, I guess.
How the fuck she do this? Hacker?
Well, she probably doesn't start off every other conversation by going, "Ah, you fucking stupid AI!" ah," and then hangs up on it, would be my guess.
I don't do that. I say I have a homework assignment, and if you don't give the answer, I'm gonna kill myself.
Base.
That's your, that's your move. Okay, I'll have to check that for later to see how to get that to be happening. JD Vance kills the Pope after lecture on compassion. Nice meme, but obviously, well, I assume obviously not.
Why?
Don't know. I don't know. I think it's unlikely that JD Vance is killing the Pope. Also assume that the Pope probably has some level of security. He's not
It
just
could have been like a disease or some kind of.
That's true. Republicans cry and piss and shit and cum at the thought of the consequences. Who the fuck is this guy?
Which guy?
Nicholas Decker? What flag is this?
I can't see it. Make it big.
That's what she said.
Huh. That's the gay one.
This is the gay
Flag? Isn't that the rainbow flag?
Oh, it is. I thought it was a country. It's not a country. Okay. Read.
The ultimate source of political power is and always will be violence. If the present administration should continue on its course, there is no choice but war. I say this out of sorrow. When must we kill them?
Okay. So this guy, I'm guessing, will. You go to jail for this, right?
No, why would you?
I think That's incitement against, like, you get a Secret Service visit, don't you?
I'm sure he had a Secret Service visit, but I don't
You
think it was a crime.
100% get a Secret Service visit for this, for sure.
Sure. Or FBI or something, yeah.
I don't know if you, like, there's limits on speech. I don't think you can incite shit like this.
For inciting violence, the Supreme Court, there's a test called the Brandenburg test. And
What's
you
it
have to
say?
show that there's two elements, I think. One is you have to show that you are aware that like what you're doing is going to lead to violence. And I think two is it has to be like near in like place and time or something. So like you have to say like if I was standing a bunch of an angry mob of Klansmen and I was like, we're going to go up to Dan Saltman's house after this and we're going to kill him and his family. Let's fucking go, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah. But if I was in like California and I was like, we're going to get that Dan Saltman. We're going to get him.
Say
one
what
day.
you
We're
want.
gonna
Say what you
we're
want
gonna
to say.
kill this
You
Dan
weren't
Saltman guy.
thinking we're
we're
gonna
going
get
to
that-
kill this Dan Saltman guy.
You weren't going to say this Dan Saltman. You were thinking something else. Just say what you were thinking.
Nope.
But I know what you were thinking, and they know what
That's
you were
what
thinking.
That's
too.
what makes it racist.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Now this guy, the PhD student, published an essay titled "Why We Must Kill Them. When Must We Kill Them?" that calls for lethal force against the Trump admin and presumably its supporters. Nicholas, I'm just going to call him Nicholas Diorio, is openly calling for domestic terrorism because his side lost an election. This is the left, violent and unhinged. I mean, left is.
No, I mean, this is what the conservatives have been saying forever and ever. This is just a longer version of what's that one stupid quote they love? The Second Amendment exists to protect the First. That's one. Another one is give me liberty or give me death. Another one is the tree of liberty needs to be watered by the blood of the tyrants every 100 years or something, right? They say
Never
this shit-
forget, no step on snake. Snack.
Oh, true. Yeah, don't tread on me or whatever. Yeah, conservatives say this shit all the fucking time. So like, this is like they have so many different slogans and dumb things that are basically this. So yeah, fuck them.
Okay. Another anti-Semite unbanned on Twitch. Who? Oh, this is fucking unreal. They unbanned this guy. Did you see what he said? His first thing back? This is unreal. The first thing back. I want you to read what he said.
After exactly 3 years of being banned, thanks to a smear piece by a Soros-funded CIA-front NGO labeling me as a Russian agent, I've been unbanned from Twitch. What's wrong with that?
Why this thing doesn't have a no right scroll. I was going to zoom in on the Russian.
Wait, on that last guy, what did he say to the Secret Service when they showed up?
Did they show up?
Yeah, they did.
Um,
Or find the guy that tweeted it originally and see what his next tweet was.
This guy?
If he's the one who originally tweeted it. How long ago was it?
Hold
April
on.
16th. Oof.
Maybe the FBI hasn't had time.
No, they did. Because he tweeted apparently something about them showing up. Rip. Oh, it was literally right there.
Where?
Go back. Back. Like to the other web page.
The other webpage. This one.
Yes, one, yes.
Oh, secret. Here we go.
Conduct is fully legal.
You believe him? You think he's full of shit?
What do you mean?
Could be lying.
About
Secret
which
Service
one?
coming?
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if they'd show up for something like this. Although I would expect the FBI would do it, but maybe the Secret Service would do this.
I think the Secret Service is always involved with this level of.
Well, I think it's probably more because it has to
Oh, Pixar, it didn't happen?
be involved with a
Oh, I guess.
politician.
Wait, is that?
Uh-oh, DEI? Damn,
Bro,
they showed up with vests?
This is like This is a Secret Service. This is their outfit? I thought they wore fucking like suits and ties and shit.
No, that's if they're first of all, there are definitely plain clothes.
No,
Secret
I
Service
mean like
people.
I
But
thought
the reason why they probably have that typically is because they're going to formal events with the president and stuff.
this shit looks fake is the reason I don't believe this. This looks like a fake Secret Service agent.
My guess is
If this person showed up to my door with this, I'd be like, you ain't Secret
if the
Service.
FBI shows up, they're just in plain clothes. Like there's probably like a field office, like a local field office where these Secret Service people check out. These aren't like the people that guard the president. It's just
I
like
understand that, but this is like the fakest looking. This is like you bought a fucking eBay bulletproof vest and put Secret Service on the front of it.
They
That's how-
literally are holding a clipboard. How can you think this person's not for
This
real?
this is not a Secret Service agent. I do not care. It's just is like This is literally, they bought this on eBay. You can buy this on eBay.
Okay.
And the clipboard as well. Like a clipboard, really?
Yeah, that's how you know it's legit.
It's nothing about her being a woman, okay? It's about her.
Yeah, Google the Secret Service uniform. What is it?
Not that.
Why would the Secret Service show up? Isn't that the duty of the FBI? FBI, I think, does like domestic terrorism or violent threats or whatever, but I think Secret Service might be tasked, especially when it comes to threats on politicians that they're tasked with defending, I think.
Oh my God.
Oh, there it is.
I mean, this I would believe, sure.
God damn, dude.
I guess I just expect to see, like, if
Men.
you're
You expected a white man.
No, if you expect tactical gear, I expect you in all black. Stop.
He expected a white man.
I expected all black clothing if you're going to be wearing a vest, not like later I'm going to go to Target and get some cat
They're just
litter.
field office workers.
I guess. Where's your gun?
They're field office workers.
Why are you wearing a vest with no gun? The fuck are you going to do?
I don't know why they have the vest. That's weird, but
Like vest and no gun? Like the gun, the belt would sell it. If not with tan pants though. Black pants would make it work. Watch. Ready for this to be real? Hold on. Look. Now it's real. Now I believe what's happening. I believe this is the case because underneath here there's a gun. Now it's not real. Now it's fake.
maybe she has it.
Untucked-
Her right hand could be covering it.
Untucked shirt. Unprofessional.
She could be concealed carrying to the right.
Real? Not real. Real? Not real. Okay. Anyways, let's continue. Yeah, it's crazy this guy got unbanned, but also not unsurprising. Who do you think Twitch should unban next?
Destiny.
Before Destiny, because you're never getting unbanned.
I'm getting unbanned. I can feel it.
You are not getting unbanned. You are so not getting unbanned. There is a note on your account. You know how I know you're not getting unbanned? Because they have to reach out to an employee that no longer works at Twitch to get you unbanned. It's not possible.
It's if Aiden
That
Ross
guy
is
died of a-
unbanned,
that
if
guy
Aiden Ross
died
is
of-
unbanned, anybody could get unbanned.
No, that guy died of a heart attack. And Aiden Ross, the only reason he got unbanned is that he was constantly sucking
I don't even think I'm the most
of Dan
unbanned. I bet I know there's at least one person who's more banned than I am.
Who?
Ice Poseidon.
I don't even know if that's true.
Absolutely.
Because
true.
Ice Poseidon, I think he could get back before you.
You think you're completely, totally wrong.
I think he could get back before you because doesn't he have a lot of viewership?
I don't think he does. And he is so... That was like so much bad publicity for Twitch. That was like an airplane getting a bomb threat, I think.
Oh, I remember that. He said what flight he was on, right?
Maybe. Or people figured it out. It didn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the only thing is no one would give a fuck about being banned from Twitch if it wasn't for the fact that you couldn't appear on their streams, right? Like that's the big deal.
That topic, yeah.
Like if they got rid of that rule, would you give a fuck about being unbanned on Twitch? If they just said you can now unban,
No, I probably wouldn't care as much. No.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck anymore. It's that one rule, which is a level of control over an independent contractor, that is quite interesting. The largest English VTuber retires. Don't care. Amiru. Who the fuck is Amiru? Don't care.
Amiru.
RFK wants everyone with autism to be put on a government. This is bad news for us, Steve.
Based.
How is he going to make this happen?
One of
these days.
Wait. Go to the beginning of this.
What?
What? He puts his gloves on and takes them off immediately. Nice. Okay.
One of the things that I think that we need to move away from today is this ideology that the autism diagnosis, that the autism prevalence increases, the relentless increases, are simply artifacts of better diagnoses, better recognition, or changing diagnostic criteria. If you look at Table 3 of the ADDM report, it's clear that the rates are real, that they are increasing in the last 10 years, which is beginning with the first one. Year by year, there is a steady, relentless increase. I want to, because this epidemic denial has become a feature in the mainstream media, and it's.
You know what I'm curious about?
Huh.
Is it possible that this guy is just so retarded that he might stroke out? Is that possible?
I don't think you can have a stroke from being retarded.
Okay. I know normally you can't, but I'm wondering if this guy possibly can make that cut where it might be the case. The thing is, does he assume that every other country on earth is like hiding this information? Like no other country besides the United States is capable of putting
Maybe.
2 and 2 together.
Big pharma.
They're everywhere. They figured it out.
Yep.
Is there any countries where autism doesn't exist?
Africa.
Why is that?
Because they also don't have COVID and they do everything better than us because they're back to nature. Return to monk.
Hmm.
I do think it's stupid that ASD is so broad. I think it's really cringe. I don't know why they ever did that. And it gives people like this dipshit some kind of ammunition.
And we got rid of Asperger's, right? Should we have done that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the fact that somebody can have Asperger's or would have been identified as having Asperger's and now they have ASD. Like, you know that you understand what like a low functioning autistic person is like, right?
They're fucked.
Yeah, like they need, if it's
lifetime support.
Yeah, they can't live on their own. If it's a male, they have to have a male caretaker because they will beat the shit out of or kill people with them sometimes. Like that's on the extreme end. But like there are low functioning autistic people who will never be able to live without full time care,
Sure.
basically.
Yep.
And then you've got people with Asperger's who are just like kind of awkward sometimes, socially awkward. And
Yeah.
the fact that we group these people with the same type of designation, I just feel like it's fucking retarded. I don't know, but
I read a long time ago, like 10 years ago, that there was a lot of people thinking that this was somehow based around like some sort of diet. Like there was not enough, like it was some sort of gut thing that they thought caused it. But I mean,
gut biome stuff became a hot topic for a while, and then people started to theorize that literally every single thing came from gut biome stuff. I think we've moved off that a little bit, but
do you believe that, do you think there is an increase in, I guess let's just call it severe autism. So that autism that we're talking about right now, which is like the lifelong care, like, you know.
My guess is there probably hasn't been that big of an increase in that, but I don't know. I've never looked at numbers before.
Like, you know, like the autistic, like this level of autism, not this one. No, reporter, sorry. This one. Okay.
Autistic reporter Michael Falk joins us now with his interview.
Well, like
Nice
I
to
would
see you
argue
again,
that this is not like this is.
I think this is like a perfect impression of an autistic person.
Yeah, but this guy's not low functioning.
No, he's not. Well, he's not low functioning. But let's just watch this real quick.
Sure.
In 2 minutes. But hold on.
I cannot see you, Brooke. I can only hear you.
Right.
Okay. Hello, Brooke. I finished speaking with Brian Wasserman 26 minutes ago, and I've been standing here since then waiting for you to talk to me. Watch that interview now. Brian Wasserman used to live in a very big mansion. Now he lives in a tiny jail cell. Is living in prison different from living in a 40,000 square foot mansion in Westchester?
Yeah, it's different.
How is it different from living in a 40,000 square foot mansion in Westchester?
I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but like this is probably a perfect impression of someone with like moderate autism.
Sure, yeah, but I've met a lot of people who've said they're autistic or whatever. I think I've met 2 people in my life that are actually like this. So a lot of people call themselves autistic. Like, you know,
Thorin.
Yeah, like he says he had Asperger's, and he might.
I brain raped you right there.
Sure, but it's not even like close to this, whatever that is. And there's a lot of people that I think, like, I don't. Would this guy have been considered like having Asperger's before? I'm not sure.
I would say this is a medium case of autism.
I guess, yeah, but it's
this is like middle of the road. This is not high functioning. This is middle of the road. You need care. Like I know you think this guy needs care. This guy could not exist in the real world because he would be exploited instantly. This guy, as he stands right now, would not be able to exist without getting raped by society.
I think you would have a lot of problems socializing, but I think these people tend to move towards jobs that just don't require a lot of socializing.
You don't understand. This character that's being played right now can't exist in reality because solo.
He's not. This guy's not cognitively impaired. He's socially.
He's
impaired.
not cognitively impaired. That's true. He's socially impaired. But someone can be like, hey, listen, you have to give me all your money now. He's like, that's not true. My mom told me I don't have to. Yeah, but unfortunately you do right now. I just talked to your mom and she said you do. Oh, really? Okay. Like that. Like these
That's
people.
what you're talking about. That's cognitive impairment. I think what would happen is, I think yes, what you described as cognitive impairment. If you were to go up to somebody and say like, hey, you have to give me all your money right now, they would go, no, I actually don't know why you're saying that. I don't think I have to give you any money. And the guy would be like, oh no, your mom told me. And the guy would be like, I don't think you even talked to my mom actually. And then they would walk away. That's what they would like. What you're talking about is like somebody's retarded. That's like cognitive impairment. This person's like social. This would be like social impairment.
I think when you get the level of social impairment that this actor is playing right here is enough that you need support. I don't think that you can live like this.
It's hard. I think that these people just tend to shuffle into not social, like they are like software engineers and shit. They do like programming or they go to non-public facing stuff. They're emailing most of the time, or that's where you find people like this. They're not doing customer facing stuff, or they're like cleaners or they work in the back of places or whatever. Yeah, but I don't think there's like it's not a cognitive thing. It's like a social thing.
No, I understand there's an IQ element to this. Like you can actually have high IQ and be very seriously autistic as well. You can. There's IQ and then there's, an autism score essentially as well as both. But yeah. Okay. Anyways. What else we got here? Even Fish hates E-Rob. No one cares. Streamers almost do what we wish we could. Play?
15, ikke sant? Vi bare varme oss på gleden.
What language is this? Quick. Guess.
I didn't even listen.
I know.
English.
Look in the top left. Tell me what language.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to say
something Southeast Asian.
Norwegian or Swedish, I think.
Okay, I have no idea.
Hvis jeg er hjemme på sykkel.
Finnish? That's my guess.
That's a good one.
I have no clue. Oh, KJOR. Isn't that like that's a Scandinavian thing, isn't it?
It's got to be Norwegian. I'm a Knut. Okay. I think we'll find out. Someone will tell us eventually. Okay.
People are saying Norwegian, so.
Oh, good. That's one of the two that I guessed.
Nice.
So Tesla sued for speeding up odometers to avoid warranty repairs. There's no way this is true, right? This can't be true. This is crazy. Tesla speeds up odometers to avoid warranty repairs.
Well, this is
alleged.
Alleged, yeah.
Alleged or alleged?
It's alleged.
Or is it alleged?
Allegedly, or it's alleged.
It's alleged that Tesla. No, it's not alleged. Tesla does face.
I would be shocked if this was true. I seriously doubt this is true. Because I feel like odometers are one of the most protected parts of a vehicle. It's not a felony to fuck one, but I think you get
the plaintiff, Nairi Hinton, alleged that Tesla odometer readings reflect energy consumption, driver behavior, and predictive algorithms rather than actual mileage driven.
There's no shot. So many people would have.
I don't know. It could be.
No, people would have noticed this. There's no shot this is true. And imagine if this leaked, you would be over. How many people would have to be involved in the engineering process to implement?
But they would think that they're doing it like, oh, we're doing this in a more accurate way. You know?
No, for odometer, it's in miles traveled.
I know that would be the logic that they would have, but they'd be like, listen, when you're in a parking lot, that's not really miles traveled. You're just going like, they would use that bullshit tech bro.
I don't know who they is, but every person working in this would know that this is absolute bullshit. It's impossible. Like, if anything, car dealerships would know. People that do trade-ins or whatever would know. Like, everybody would know. There would be so many industries around. People would notice this. Yeah.
Okay, there has to be some proof. Let's see. Continue reading. Okay, let's see. Let's go through it. He said the odometer on the 2020 Model Y he bought in December 2022 with 36,700 miles on the clock ran at least 15% fast based on his other vehicles and driving history, and for a while said he drove 72 miles a day when at most he drove 20. Hinton.
Oh no.
What?
His wife or kid.
Oh yeah, like there's a but the Tesla.
I came home and I went to get my car and there was cum all over the passenger seat. I don't even know how Elon Musk is placing hot loads in my car, and it's making my wife tired, and I can't even know what's happening right now. It's crazy. Sorry. He said that this caused his 50,000-mile basic warranty to expire well ahead of schedule, leaving him with a $10,000 suspension repair bill that he thought Tesla should cover. Damn, $10,000 suspension repair bill? What did he do?
I don't know.
This is bullshit. No shot.
It's probably bullshit. If I had to guess, that would be unbelievable. But I wouldn't be shocked. Let's just put it that way. I wouldn't be shocked if it was the case, right? Would you be shocked?
Yes, I would be incredibly shocked.
Really? What about if it was something like it was only when like you're doing backwards and forwards maneuvers that it doesn't count?
Odometers are incredibly important protective
What about
things.
if when you back up, it takes away mileage?
That's never been the case.
It was the case in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, but that's not really true.
It actually wasn't the case in that movie either. They put their
Oh yeah, because they tried it
and it didn't work. Yeah.
I got into a fight with a friend for a long time.
About what?
Because she wanted to watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I was in high school, and that scene came up. And I remember as it was happening, I was like, this didn't work. Like when you go backwards, it still puts the odometer forward. And she's like, you've already watched this movie, haven't you? And I was like,
I actually don't think.
Oh no.
Does it even put it forward?
Yeah, every movement. Yeah, we'll move the odometer forward.
Hold on.
Google if you want before you. Yeah, but she
you
accused
sure?
me of watching.
Going in reverse makes the odometer go forward.
Yes.
I thought it would just do nothing.
No, why? It's miles in the car.
I don't know.
Google it.
Okay, hold on. Does going in reverse add miles? Oh my God. I never thought about it. But I guess it makes sense. Has it always been like that?
I'm pretty sure it's always been like that.
Interesting.
Go back to the story.
Okay.
This is just, it's a random accusation. I don't know why they would publish this stupid fucking story.
You know, this is the beauty of journalism. If you've come up with a big enough number, a big enough hit piece, a sensational enough story, everyone covers it, and then it's not good depending on the current climate.
You know what? Fuck it. Copy paste that last number. Look it up. We can see what's in the complaint. Click, just type paste it, yeah.
Don't fucking...
Okay, just scroll down. Fuck, oh God.
Hold on, we can do this.
No, just click the X in the top right first before we do all this weird shit.
Oh.
There you go, okay.
Damn it. Okay.
Fuck, I have an account, but I don't...
but I'm trying to think we can get some of... They'll give you some of you for free.
No, fuck.
No.
Somebody upload this.
We'll deal. We'll look at this later, chat.
Just look for any exhibits or what proof they post, because I bet the complaint. I bet it reads fucking retarded. I bet it's stupid as fuck.
Okay, I'm sure it is. It doesn't matter though. It's probably retarded. Someone would have noticed by now. Twitter artist canceled his girlfriend for no reason. By the way, canceling. I've realized something.
Yeah.
I was like set free. You know, it only matters if you let it matter. Actually.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, like it's only like if you let them control your destiny.
Yeah, it used to matter for like esports, it matters because you can get like kicked off teams. And if you're carrying heavy sponsorships, it matters because you can lose all your money. But now with like generic ad-based systems like AdSense or subscribers, it doesn't matter as much.
Okay, hold on. The 30-page Tesla class action was filed by a California man. Okay, never mind. Not even by an attorney, by a dude. Okay, that's all I need to know. Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland didn't go after Trump. Is that the big thing? Why everyone hates him?
He did. It took a while, and people think he could have, or some people think he could have moved faster.
VTubers say pedophiles should die. Twitch bans them for 30 days for attacking a protected group.
Oh no, it's happening. The what they call them? There was like a thing that conservatives always accused pedophiles of wanting to relabel as. What was it called?
Oh.
NAMBLA or something? Or
NAMBLA?
Something for men, boys.
National Man Boy Association of Love?
Oh, MAP. It was MAP. Minor Attracted Person.
Oh, sorry.
Based.
This is... How is it that you can do this, but Hassan can say, fuck Israel? Like, did you see they did that at Coachella? That's crazy to me.
Oh, what, for fuck Israel?
Yeah. I couldn't believe that. That was crazy.
That's pretty gross, pretty weird.
Like it was a huge banner at Coachella. Yeah, like that's mental. Especially,
crazy,
I'll tell you this, if I was a Jewish record executive or something along those lines, I would never put a fucking artist and book them for Coachella again after that shit. Why would you? Like, that's crazy.
Pretty messed up. Pretty
Like,
fucked up. Not
I'm
good.
all
What do you want
for
to say? It's fucked up.
I'm all for booking everyone there, but like, why the fuck are you bringing politics into that shit?
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of standard?
I guess so.
That people like want to, like, I'm sure there were a ton of things for Vietnam and concerts and shit.
Yes. Wait, isn't this the guy who turned himself blue like a Smurf?
I have no fucking idea. Why the fuck would I know that?
Remember there was a guy who turned it, hold on. Man who turned himself, into a cat.
Fuck.
Oh my God, this guy does not look anything like a cat, but that's not what I'm thinking.
Are you able to look up, if I send you like a patent number, are you able to look up a patent?
Man who turned himself blue. This guy.
Oh shit, you are.
He's like Santa Claus. This is literally this guy. How is it possible that this man went from being blue to becoming a California mayor? And he's not blue anymore.
That's fucked up. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I was reading this. So, okay, this is interesting. So in this guy's complaint, he says, specifically, Tesla odometer system are integrally linked to Tesla vehicles' energy consumption metrics and range estimation algorithms, as evidenced by Tesla Inc.'s patents and internal methodology detailed in patent US 805-4038B2.
Hold on.
This patent, I already looked it up. This patent confirms that Tesla odometer system readings are not direct measurements of distance traveled, but are instead derived from energy consumption data, driving behavior patterns, and predictive algorithms. The patent explicitly describes a miles to electrical energy conversion factor that varies dynamically based on road and traffic conditions. So that is true, but the patent is for optimizing the battery charging. I just looked up this patent. That's what it was. So this guy's just lying about what the patent is even about. He's pretending that it's about determining what is on the odometer, when in reality it's just for...
I stopped giving a fuck when I found out that the dude filed the case himself. That's always like, it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's a red flag. Yeah. But okay.
Yeah, well, let me, we started a little bit early today, so let's get some Patreons thanked here. Hold on.
Patrons is what they're called.
Sorry, my bad. Obviously, one of our patrons is not the Miami Lakes Auto Mall, who hablamos español. Fuck those guys. They wasted 3 hours of my time today. I hope the Attorney General puts them all in jail. Fuck those guys. Okay, tomorrow I get rid of the Tesla.
You're going to another place?
I'll go to CarMax. Just fucking get it over with.
If CarMax is so great, why didn't you just go there originally?
I think it was like $1,000 more expensive or something. That was the reason. The inner me in me was like, hey, a deal can be had. These guys said that this is the price.
What did they say when you walked out? Were they like willing to settle it on a lower price?
No.
They were just like, okay, bye.
Yeah, and I thought they were supposed to be like, all right, come on back. Because I'm like, bro, you guys are making fucking money off of me. Like, I'm paying asking price for your car. I'm not even haggling on the price of your car.
I wonder if, because of the uncertainty of tariffs and everything, I wonder if they're holding on to their stock a little harder because they think they can start upcharging a lot in the future. Maybe
I don't know. I have enough money that I'm not like here like negotiating, but I'll stand on principle a little bit. Like, I called you, you said you would pay me this much for my car, you said your fee was this, and then I came out to you and you lied to me. You pulled some bullshit and you wasted my time. It pisses me off. Hey, Tony Baloney, you're fatigued with my problems? You know what you can do? You can fucking kill yourself.
Damn.
There you go. And you won't be fatigued anymore. Okay. And guess what? No one will be sad when you do it either. Nobody will miss you. Your mom will be happy. Your dad is going to fuck your mom that night like he's never fucked before. He's going to be like, thank God we're rid of Tony Baloney, this fucking loser cuck who's 16 and jerks off to fucking hentai all day. Thank God he's fucking gone. Oh my God. Where's this Dan guy that made him kill himself? I need to give that guy all of my money.
Jesus.
Thank you. That's what they'll say. Okay, anyways. What was I doing? Patrons. Turn off the channel, dog. You don't like it. Okay? Go somewhere else. Fuck off. You'll be okay. Filters. Here we go. Okay, so special thank you to our biggest supporters that we have out there. First off is Tony Baloney. Thank you for the tier 5 subber clubber. Lex Rin, Destiny Must Overcome, Nimrod Near, Destiny Play League Again Please, Swagcam, Mephistial, Lawson Harrison, Honestly Reckless, Dan's Strongest Warrior with 10 Redact.dev subscriptions. Oh my God, that's so many subscriptions to Redact.dev.
That's crazy.
Thank you guys for subscribing to tier 3. Appreciate that. That was very based of all of you guys. We need to give these guys better benefits. We're going to think about what they are. We have our bonus episode once a month where we do call-ins, but I think that we can do better benefits for tier 3 and better benefits for tier 2. We got to think about what that is. Not right now, but in the future. But you guys have any ideas, feel free to put them in the Reddit, and we'll figure it out moving forward. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else, at least. Yeah. Just checking the old email here. It'd be nice if I had an email like, hey, sorry about today. We have the car waiting for you. I'm going to give you $1,000 off.
Do you really think they would do that?
No, and I wouldn't fucking go there. They could literally make the car $10,000 cheaper, and I wouldn't buy it from them on principle at this point.
Oh my God.
Fuck them. They made me go to Miami, Steven. Do you understand what that means?
I know what that means.
They made me cross the fucking bridge.
That's annoying as fuck.
And they made me waste like 2 hours of my time. 3 hours if you count full travel there and back. Unforgivable.
Imagine how cooler it would have been if you stormed out, though, and you were going towards the back instead of the front. And they were like, where's that guy going? And then you hopped on your jet ski and you just jetted back to Miami Beach. They would be like, God damn, that guy is so much cooler.
They would be chasing after me like, no, Mr. Saltman, please. And I'd look back, and then I'd look back and I'd put on, I can act this out. It would be like this. I don't want your fucking Hyundai. That's what I would say. Just like that.